are up. We are running. Let me go to this camera. See who comes in. I am here with you guys as long as we can be. So if you're here, let us know what's going on. If you are in ghost mode, try to do some here as well. I do got a camera going outside right now. So if you guys are, yeah, there you go. You can see, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, we're staying safe as much as we can right now. Pop, what's going on, Mike? You got currently no power at all. Wow. All right, cool. So I'm going to try to do a few things here, especially for those of you guys that don't have power here in Florida. I'm going to try to actually run the news feeds as well. So give me a second here. Let me come back to me here. Yeah, you guys can see that there's currently lightning and craziness going on. Mike, stay safe, brother, man. This is no joke right now. This is our first hurricane, so I'm trying to log into my so I can really share the screen with those of you, so you guys can actually see what's going on down here as well through the news. Because I know some of you guys aren't having power right now. Mike, you need a place, man? Mike, reach out to me. If you need a place, reach out to me, man. I got power, I got water, I got everything, dude. You ain't that far. Joe, what's going on? How are you? I'm going to try to actually. So I'm going to go back to the camera outside. Here you go. Ben, what's going on? How are you? There's outside. This is literally just started up. Craziness. Guys, give me a minute. I'll be right back with you. I'll be right back. Grab something real quick. I got to check a few things, and I'll be right back. Just keep chatting. All right, guys, I am back. I'm back over here. You can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear it out there. It is pouring. Just bear with me. I'm trying to. Are you closing that door, or is it closing on its own? Wow. You have power. You have water and plenty of candles. It's just power. That's the issue. Apparently, the storm ripped whole power line outside. Mike, come on over if you need to, man. Come on over, Mike, if you need to. If you need some power, if you need a place to come, man, I'm not that far from work. If you know what I'm saying, I'm like 10 minutes from work. If you and Steph need a place, I'm more than willing. Mike, come on. I'm not gonna have you sit in the dark, brother. Why is this not? Up to 30 inches of rain expected. Yeah, something like that. trying to still get I forgot my Hulu passwords here, guys. I'm just trying to get into that. What? Can I help you?
Why can't you get it? Now everything's gonna be like locked
Oh,
down.
there Jessica goes trying to find whatever. It's not.
You already did it.
Yeah, it's going to be the same as normal. So, all right.
Not if that was what it already was, because it's not gonna let you change it to the same thing.
I'll let you know what it is here in a second. Yeah, you can see this lighting and everything. Jeez. Honestly, it probably isn't the safest drive in this. Yeah, Mike. All right. Look, Mike, the offer's there. As you just know that it's there, man. If you want anytime, just text me. You got my number, Mike. Just text me if you want. If you feel that you need to get out. Jess, Ben said hi. Here's Thunder right now. So. Like I say, guys, I'm trying to pull up some live feed here at the same time. But you can see this is literally right outside of our apartment right now. And it's just pouring. Let me try to actually put the other camera over there. Hold on. We have to just pull everything off right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to... Jay, it's going, man. It's going. I mean, the best that it can be right now. Jessica's in the way. That's how it's going. That camera is not going to be any better over there. Sorry, guys. It's that camera, the webcam I got over here at the window is probably going to be the best. What's going on, Rachel? How are you? Yeah, Rachel, we're being safe. We're staying inside. We have no stove, microwave, light, fridge. You got all your phones working. Working is our phone. Okay, cool. Your water works, but you doubt that the washer. Yeah, the washer and dryer is not going to work because you have no power. So, like I said, Mike, offer stands. Jessica said, yeah, come on over if you need it. But right now, like you said, this rain is just monsoon rain right now. So you can literally see at that light right there how it's just coming down. Yeah, Jess.
When you get hot, turn the air off. There's so much like wind blowing through it.
That's fine. Yeah, we had to open windows and stuff because the air coming outside was just pushing up against our windows and door, our sliding door. We're on the second floor, Ben. We are up on the second floor, so it's not too bad. We don't have to really worry about flooding. Why is everybody under my feet tonight? I'm trying to do something, and you're all trying to come in here now. Yeah, so we're up on the second floor. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. I'm trying to plug some other thing in here. You got a text from Jim, and how's Jim doing, Ben? Here, let me switch cameras again here real quick so you guys got me back. All right, there I am. All right, so apparently this is being a pain in the butt. I'm going to try stuff another way here. There's Jess. Everybody says hi, Jess. He said he's been without power in Tampa for 2 hours. Well, that sounds about right. What are you looking at? I don't have a choice but to have windows open right now, Jess.
That's a lot open.
Chelsea is here. What's going on? How are you? You just found us? Well, we appreciate you finding us. Don't close that. You have the air off.
Oh my God, air's coming from everywhere right now.
Air's coming from everywhere. We appreciate you finding us and sticking this out with us here. So,
it's going to be our most unprofessional live stream ever.
Yes, it really is. Honestly, this was
Not prepared at all.
No, this was really a spur of the moment thing, guys. And we're like, you know what?
I'm like a hot mess.
I am too. It's okay. But you know what? We're in the middle of a hurricane. So I don't think it really matters at this point what we really look like. I can imagine you guys agree.
Hurricane.
I'm trying to do the hurricane. What are you doing? What are you doing, you weirdo? I'm trying to get a live feed of
I'm taking up on my camera.
because we're not ready for this. That's why. Only half of your power went out. Our bedrooms still have power. Oh, okay.
That's the kind of power I
Around 3 p.m. the power was all gone. Okay, yeah. Dude, Mike, stay safe, man. Like, please. Jessica, what are you doing? You're gonna post the video on IG with all of our candles lit. Yeah, tag me, Mike. Go ahead, tag me, man.
You're it.
There's gonna be a hurricane death, and not by a hurricane. Elizabeth, what's going on? How are you? Welcome in. Here, let me go back to outside because I know you don't want to see me. Go back out there. I'm still looking for a good site to pull up the local news and kind of get that going at the same time with us here. Mike, do you know any good local news right now? Would Welsh be on YouTube? Oh, it looks like they are. All right, I think I found something here, guys. I'm gonna pull it up at the same time with Candy Mom. What's going on? How are you? Hope you're staying safe as well. What are you doing, Jess? I just want you to see something, guys. Hold on, let me switch it. I got a parrot. It's like a parrot. It's on my shoulder, like.
Wish. Oh, lightning.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm going to switch it back to the outside camera. And then we're going to share this screen. I'm going to full screen this. And then we're going to at least have stuff going here at the same time. With audio share.
That is true.
Not everybody in viewing is from this area. So thank you, Jess.
Scenes that are taking place in Central Florida today. I want to start with one in Fort Myers. This is a rescue. And here we go.
All right, there we go, guys.
Yeah, you're seeing, actually, this one you're seeing as I'm seeing, and that is really an unpleasant situation inside somebody's house, but the water is way up high. There was the man was trapped. There was a man trapped inside this house, and you can see when he is looking out and
All right.
looking down. That's just not a good situation.
I'll switch back and forth from outside to me every once in a while, but at least you guys can see what's going on with this as well.
Yeah, it's kind of gnarly water too.
Yeah, he probably didn't expect that. We also
So,
have some video that we'd like to show you now.
Yeah, this way we have an
actually a
idea
picture
what's
that's
really
been
going
sent
on
out
in
to
the
you.
area as
And I
well.
think you'll enjoy it. This
Look at that puppy just sitting there.
named Ava. Ava is, as you can see, is watching Wash 2 News and continuing.
That is hilarious. That's what Leia's been doing all day too.
Ava is afraid of storms, but maybe she's finding some comfort in our coverage here tonight. And I think that is that Christina that I see on the screen? Christina has a very calming presence about her.
There we go.
So
How's that the storm camera holding out for us there?
Yeah, I think my
Should we
dog's
change
gonna
it or?
at some place.
Really?
Yeah. How about
Olive, she is blissfully unaware.
I agree,
of
Candy
anything
Mom. I
that's
agree.
around her.
But
Yeah, no, she has no idea.
Fabulous.
what's going on.
unfortunately,
Natural
Yes.
defense system right
Yes,
there.
no, I love her for it because I never have to worry.
unfortunately, things like this are just nature taking its course, and there's nothing we can do to avoid stuff like this. So, look at this. Wow, they're all in the bathroom. That's great.
They somehow got inside at the St. Pete Botanical
Wow.
Garden, and actually they were put in here because there's food for one of them. You can see there's a
That's
food dish down there.
that's great.
Behind the tracking Ian banner there, but that
Wow.
is a classic only in Florida scene that you will see.
I saw that Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina declared state of emergencies too. That's
You have to protect all the animals, Jim.
yeah, that's crazy.
And do we have anything else?
Let's go back to Storm Cam as well.
How to watch Wesh.
Do you want to know how to watch Wesh even if you lose the power?
Yeah, check that wind out there.
And plenty of places to see
It's crazy.
us.
So I'm here with you guys. We're watching this with you. I'm here to chat. You guys are kind of keeping me entertained at the same time. So please, chat away.
We have a nice, easy to read catalog.
Please just chat away. I love to talk, and I have nothing else to do. So we're gonna be here for a while probably. So
or maybe about to happen in your neighborhood.
I might be up and down at times just to check on stuff, but
Chief Meteorologist
we got this.
and Meteorologist Alex Alisi, that's all there. The Western News mobile
Anderson Cooper, blame him if it's wrong. I mean, I don't know if that's how it works.
But it's basically the same setup as the Wesh.com, maybe a little more simple to navigate, maybe, but has the same basic information, and it's all really good information. Then is the Wesh 2 Facebook page, where we're streaming all of our content right
Trying to
now.
find a good.
And also we have a page called Very Local. It's a
You
separate
blame Amber? Oh, there you go.
and it is showing everything that we are showing right now. The other thing,
A lot of people are blaming the theme parks right now because they planted corn for their Halloween events and stuff like that. And apparently the corn leads to blame Oprah. Ben has spoken.
And because they're battery operated, you lose power, and most of us maybe will be losing power.
Thank you, Ben. We will blame Oprah, Ben. Thank you.
We'll continue at least a little bit past the other.
Is this stream looking good? Can you guys hear what's going on with the news and me? I mean, if you don't want to hear the news, let me know. I'm just trying to get people who are living here in Florida an opportunity to actually see the news and what's going on and have somewhere to go to talk and let them know that we're here as well, and all that fun stuff. So, and kind of get you guys in as well that aren't in the state. So
it is 9 o'clock. The winds are howling all across Central Florida. No doubt Hurricane Ian has arrived.
you can hear both. All right, cool. Mike, I'm kind of glad I'm doing this now for you. This way you have an idea what's going on. You have somebody out here too. The support system that we have is real, But I will be right back, guys. I have to go check on things real quick.
On a very small island, and now right outside inside the Wesh 2 studios.
That's what we want to see.
Yes, this was the scene that we were hoping for.
Okay,
The rain has already
Jess.
started. I-4 is
Jess, come on.
and hopefully will stay that way as we go through the overnight hours.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna check on stuff. I gotta go check on Jess. I gotta go check on the dog. Maybe somebody will pop in. I don't know.
You can see we've got a team of reporters.
You can't see anything outside your. Mike, I'm glad, man. I'm glad I got this going for you. Then that's great. That's great.
The situation is where they are.
All right, so let's.
I've been checking that, Matt.
Alex and Tony.
I'm watching.
Well,
Yeah.
One thing that we've been pouring over, there's so many different little nuances.
You want to entertain people real quick?
The advisory, you guys can pop that up to see if it's not a
Now with what going?
Or and if it's not, then you can just leave it on us. But one of the things, you can't too, guys.
I'll be right back, guys.
Still moving to the northeast at 8, and the pressure's continuing to come up. We've been pouring over the St. John's River Basin data, guys, and it is now calling for major flooding beginning on Friday. So that's going to become a big developing story. And again, it's all subject to change depending upon how much rain we get. But that's an area that doesn't take a whole lot of rain to cause issues. But the record is 4.6 feet. We're going to be very close to that. The all-time record, 4.6 feet. The crest right now is 4.5.
The St. John's River is shallow, but it's wide. So when it rises, really spreads out. So we're talking a huge volume of water that's going to have to go somewhere, and really it can only go out.
And it's not just the St. John's. How many times have you gone over the bridge in Lake Jessup and the water's up, and you just see palm trees coming out of the water? I mean, that's going to happen again. So that's another little nuance here. The other thing, too, of course, is we've been adjusting the corridor of the strongest winds. Alex and I have been working on that, and Alex, maybe a little bit to the east, but not by much.
Right, and you can see by that track there, it looks like the signal's almost due south of where that next forecasted point was supposed to be on that track. So I wouldn't be surprised when the 11 o'clock advisory comes out if it shifts just a little bit down towards the south and the east.
Which, could be the difference between hurricane force and tropical storm force winds if you're on the left edge. And that's we keep fine-tuning all the county-by-county graphics and these wind forecasts that we've been making.
How long will it take?
Yeah, exactly. Winds, well, how fast is this thing moving right
going
now?
down to like 5 miles per hour hour? What would you say? Like,
it's been in between about 5 and 10. So it was 115 at 8, and now it's 105. So that's 10 miles now. It's a great question. So does it always decelerate at that amount? No. It depends on the circumstances around it, but we're going down at a good rate, I believe, considering where we were early this morning.
And the storm itself, as it moves, is it still right around 8 miles an hour?
Yes. Yeah, you see right there, northeast at about 8, maybe northeast. Again, the radar shows, and it's filling in, so it's really hard to discern exactly where the center is and how it's moving. But we believe it might be more northeast as opposed to northeast.
and do you anticipate the tornadic activity?
Well, yeah, I got to tell you, I'm really surprised that we haven't had tornadoes around the core this evening as it came ashore. Right. We talked about behavior of those squalls in the outer bands. We had that earlier today, but since then, so far so good.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more in the way of tornado, especially watching what was happening down south. Near constant tornado warnings all last night. Moved up in our area. We had the one through southern Brevard and into Osceola around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and that's been it.
And this is just an observation, but what we just showed, the radar view, the live radar view, and if you look, compare it to what the storm looked like before it made landfall and what it looks like now, that southeast quadrant that used to be filled in is not really filled in anymore. And is that anything that we should be watching?
I do think it will fill in overnight tonight. I'm a little surprised it hasn't filled in already, to be quite honest with you, because the air is not dry over there. And it's dry on the west edge of it, so that is a bit peculiar. We'll continue to watch that, but we think that again, the further north it goes, it'll start to fill in. So I'm going to go over the gate, a couple more graphics I want to show for you guys, and we'll further break this down. So there's a look now at Ian. Again, the good news here we are from 9 o'clock. The winds are now down to 105 miles an hour, and that is only around the center. That is not afterwards 50, 60, 70 miles. I wanted to get back to the river levels here because this is a big story that's now unfolding. The level, easy for me to say, the St. John's River is 2.83 feet. This is going to jump big time between now and Thursday night at 9 o'clock, A, because of all the rain, and B, because of the elements in play with Ian. By 9 p.m. on Friday, 4.4 feet. That is major flooding. The all-time record crest there is 4.6 feet. So folks that live along the river here at St. John's and Ashland.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
Anybody else, you guys need to take those preparations ASAP.
Let's stop sharing that for a little bit and get you guys that. Let me see. You know what I could try to do? I could try to get a dual screen going here with me as well. Hold on one second. But yeah, I'm back, guys. If please chat away. Into this. Hey, look, we got it. All right, there we go. Gotta turn it down. Just turn the volume down here. This way, not feedback on you guys' end. All right, there. I know the internet's not the greatest tonight, but that's what we had going on right now. We got Jess with us here. Can you guys still hear us okay? Is it you guys good with audio right now? Everything right? Just let me know in chat. Give me a thumbs up or something. And assume to recognize you all based on yeah, probably. So that's probably why you found us. We do a lot of Universal videos. I actually work for Universal, so that's probably why they're recommending you to us. Okay, cool. You can hear us. Awesome. This video here seems to be in and out. So, like I said, the internet right now really. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. I can't.
What are you doing, baby? You just sit.
Leia's in the room too. Does okay, cool. You can hear us fine. Awesome. Look at that lightning going. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Turn that down. Cool. At least you guys got footage out here going of the storm right out here. You see the craziness, and we got you out here. So you guys know that we're good. Well, you could adjust it then. You can adjust it if you want. It's fine. You love Universal, been going since Nickelodeon. You see, that's awesome. I love that. Wait, hold on. I got something to show you then.
What could it be? I don't know.
So somebody literally gave this to me a couple weeks ago, and it's from the last Nickelodeon Studios party that they had at Universal. Was this? That is awesome to actually have. So, yeah. I have no idea what Jess is doing. She's being weird. Judy, what's going on? Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate you coming in. See that we're all okay. Yeah. I'm gonna drop that down. So I think. Right? Isn't that awesome? That's dope that we actually have that. Oh, you got Ichabod with you?
I got the Ichabod. Ichabod, say hello to the viewers.
Ichabod don't want to do that. Ichabod's weird. So yeah, that is awesome that I have that. That's one of those, once in a lifetime opportunity grabs right there. Sorry, I had to lower one of the camera resolutions down, and I didn't want to lower the one outside to disrupt what's going on out there, which is probably more important than seeing us at this point.
Oh my goodness! Did you hear that?
Yeah, he don't know what the hell is going on. It's all right.
Did you hear what he said?
So yeah, we're here. We're gonna ride this out and see what's going on. And like that wind literally picked up like in the last. Mike is never Ichabod Crane. Yep, exactly. E-Man, what's going on? Are we in the path of the storm? Well, we're right in Orlando, so I guess possibly. Like, who knows anymore? This thing has been changing so much.
I mean, all of the models pretty much through us.
Yeah.
Like the last few days were kind of all over the place. Today they all kind of converged. Like either way it goes, it's just hitting straight through Orlando.
Yeah. You made your mom take 1 million photos next to the Nick at Night taxi. Hey, listen. That's awesome. That's the way to do it. I mean, I know that we're definitely feeling the hurricane effects. I can say that, but as far as reading in direct of the eye, I really don't. I don't know anymore because it keeps shifting a little bit, so it's hard to tell anymore. Like, I know we've been updating you guys every day on this stuff, and I figured why not just come live today with it. This way you guys can see what's going on outside and all that. But if you guys have any questions or anything for us, just put it in the chat. We'll definitely answer whatever. Just, you're here to entertain us as well because we have really nothing else to do right now, so. Why? Just block my air. It is hot in here.
Put the air back on.
For a little bit. You've been through a Cat 5 and it was wild, like traumatizing. Yeah, we went through Superstorm Sandy when it hit New York. I'll tell you, this is maybe about the same as what we're experiencing like right now. This is what Sandy was, but this is just the start of things. So this is our first hurricane in Florida. So we're on the edge. We don't know what to really expect, but we're like, hey, whatever, bring it on. We're good. We're bunkered down. So if we lose, you guys, if we end here at any point, that just means we lost power. This was my first in Florida, but your last was Hugo. Yeah, a lot of us knew Disney and Universal YouTubers. This seems to be a lot of our firsts right now. We're literally right in the heart of Orlando, so like not that far from Universal. So legitimately, you get to see what's really going on outside over here in the areas of the theme parks. right now. We're probably about 10-15 minutes from Universal, and about the same from Disney as well. So this hurricane is definitely different than what you've seen before. I'm curious about how it will turn out. Yeah, I am too. I know I need night vision cam. I wish I had it, and I get it, but we're working on very last minute stuff here, and I apologize. At least you're able to see something going on out there. Yeah, we're working with the best that we have right now. I apologize. It's what I got. That's it is what it is. So I'm just looking up more stuff on the storm here as I go through and stuff. So all right, I got to go check on something else here real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. Just, you're still going to watch. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I'll be right back, guys. I got to go check on something else here. Was it bad at the supermarkets? It was horrible. But we go back to yesterday's video and the day before. The past two videos, it will definitely go into that. I actually took the camera into Walmart on the first day that we were preparing for this, and you'll see the lines and stuff inside of Walmart just to get cases of water. It's crazy. We definitely went and talked about all that. Like Universal was literally wholesaling us at their price that they pay for water. Like water is like obsolete around here, but Jess and I have enough water. I'll tell you that. Here.
Yeah, we got water.
Talk about the water situation. Go ahead.
So, this is the water situation. Situation is pretty basic. 5-gallon bottles of water showed up at our door every month for 3 months, and we did not know why. We didn't get one this month, so might have figured this out finally that we were getting all this water. I mean, at first we tried to leave it out. We figured it was supposed to go to another apartment or something, like another unit, but nobody ever came for it. We had it sitting outside for days. Finally, I was like, if there's a storm, we're gonna need that water, so just take it. And then it kept showing up, and then it showed up again. Altogether, I believe we have 75 gallons of water. It's taking up an entire bathroom in our house. So we got a lot of water. I don't know where Daddy went, because it's not like it's that far. I mean, so what is it? Supermarkets and prepping. Yeah, it was kind of horrible. So this is our first storm down here. We dealt with a couple up in New York here and there. We went through Sandy, which was actually super horrible for us because, anybody who's familiar with the channel, Danny and I met working at a haunted house in New York. That's where we got married, and that's where we came from. And Sandy hit right before Halloween weekend. It blew half our haunt into the ocean because we were right on the Long Island Sounds at Playland Park. So yeah, by to half our haunt, it was gone. At our whole graveyard. I mean, these giant weeping angel statues will wash up somewhere one day, I assume, because they were just gone. So much stuff we lost. So that was one of the first times. There were only 2 times in the 19 years I worked there that we didn't have the haunted house on Halloween. One year it snowed. Yeah, in October, so that was fun. And the year that Sandy hit, there's actually a really good little short video documentary that one of our actors did about the aftermath of that, and I'll have Danny throw a link to that. Remember, I was talking about Sandy when it hit at the haunted house. And remember Alex did that little documentary. It was like a couple minutes long.
Yeah.
Like, that was really cute. You could throw him the link to that. So
Mike,
they could see, like, what the damage up there was like.
Yeah. Mike, you're about like 50-mile-an-hour winds right now down where you're at, man. Just be careful.
Where'd you go? I thought you were getting water or something. You just disappeared.
I got enough
Just
water
went to have
outside.
fun.
Well, no, I went to go make sure the Hulu situation was still good since I was messing
around
Yeah.
with all the PWs.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine. Nothing changed. I need to figure out what that was. Was it bad at the supermarkets and prepping? Yeah.
So, like, the thing is, we kind of caught the seriousness of it over the weekend. So, but we had work, different things like that. So by the time we could really try to go, it was Sunday night, and being that everybody, kind of had all weekend to go clear everything out, we couldn't really get anything on Sunday night. Danny came home with just a lot of cleaning supplies.
Let's not talk about
Cleaning
that.
supplies and Oreos were all good, baby.
And beans.
So I ended up going out like 6 o'clock Monday morning and did pretty good as far as like food and stuff like that. But it was kind of like multiple trips out to do things because every place we went, there was something we couldn't get. And, we still got to get this. We still got to get that. Ugh, it was kind of a pain. But we just don't have a routine yet because this is the first time we're doing this down here. So as the years go forth, we'll have a more established, okay, this is what we got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just kind of a learning curve right now.
All right, here's my chair.
Oh, but now it's my chair.
Goodbye. Just dump her out of the chair. It's okay. Let me bring that back up to like that.
Hey, goodbye.
Let me see if I can find a better angle for her.
Come here. What do you want, buddy?
This camera.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the best on the camera I can get right now. Are you guys on the water? No, we are inland right now. We are in Orlando. We are right around the theme park area. So, oh, geez, that's what happened. That's why we can't see anything out there. Okay, that side of. Okay, guys, guys. As you can see, that building over there looks like it just lost power. There's no power over there, so we might be losing stuff here coming up.
It might not be
because the light outside is out.
See, that one's on.
Okay.
Something might
but
just
that
hit
build,
that light.
Oh, maybe.
But no, I don't see any lights. I can't tell if behind.
Yeah, I don't know what happened over there, but
lights on in that room.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, they have power.
They have power?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that something fell on that light. Okay. Because there is a palm tree right above that light. So
coconut.
A coconut. Jess and her coconuts from the palm tree. She says they're deadly. Yeah, so that's interesting. Jess, is your phone on a charger? I constantly gotta keep asking for that. Like she forgets to keep it on a charger, like me. Steph, universal cases of water to people leaving land. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about before, Steph. They were selling cases of water for like $6. That's the price that they buy the cases of water for, and they were selling it to us at their price, which is amazing that Universal did that for us. Like, absolutely amazing. You're not going to find any other company that will do that. Steph, do you know if there was a limit on how many cases that they were selling? Because I saw some people walking out with like 4 cases of water. All right, let me see if I can switch this camera to. I apologize. We got a tree out here as well. There we go. All right, there we go. It's a little better. At least you can see what's going on a little bit. Yeah, if all those lights go, we're screwed. Because you can see there's some palm trees there and a bunch of other trees there as well too. And we got a good shot of the sky there as well with the little bridge that we have. Stephanie's friend got us 1 case, but I'm sure there was a limit. But we didn't go to the grocery because, yeah, like all the toilet paper was gone, all of the paper towels were gone. The Chef Boyardee, there was none. The ramen was gone. Hot dogs were gone. Soups, not all the cereal was still up on the shelves, surprisingly. I mean, if you lose power, what are you going to do with cereal without milk, right? But yeah, I don't know. So I got the TV on in the other room listening as well. And now they're doing call-ins. Hey, look, it's Orlando Mike using the other account. Oh man. So yeah, there's a lot of trees swinging out there right now. So I can see that through the camera. But I don't know. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Like mostly entertaining us. I know this is us live streaming what's going on, but realistically, I'm bored. I'm sitting at home doing nothing and I'm bored. So definitely appreciate having something that I can do and at least talk to people and other than bothering Jess all day. So these trees are side to side there. Wow. It's honestly it's coming here, man. It's coming. Did we fill the bathtub with water? Yeah, I actually got to go check on that because it likes to drain. Hold on, I'll be right back. Thank you for letting me. You reminded me of that one because that was something that I had to do because we had to wash something earlier and we had to use the tub to wash it. So hold on, I'll be right back. Thank you for reminding me. Kenneth, what's going on? How are you? We're good right now. Obviously, you see, we still have some power. Yeah, so hopefully it stays this way. We're going to be here as long as we can. As long as we have power and internet, we'll still be around. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got to check that. Okay, second bathtub is being filled back up. See, this is why, having 2 of us in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment works because of storms and stuff like this. We're able to fill one tub up and have the other tub still. So she's doing it right now. That's what I'm saying. That is so far inland. Like honestly, by the time it gets to us, it should be more of a tropical storm than anything. But tropical storms are still powerful, and I don't. I have respect for the tropical storm as well. There goes the wind again. You can see it blowing those trees around. Yeah, that palm tree is definitely starting to lean. So But yeah, like I said, I definitely respect the tropical storm because it's still a storm. Any kind of storm I'll respect. They're still powerful. I'm not gonna lie and not say that this isn't kind of fun to actually experience this. Kind of is, but the problem is I feel like I should be doing something other than just sitting here doing nothing. So yeah, like I said, guys, it's all you guys. You guys got the chat. You guys got the stream going here. So like I said, if we lose anything, it's because power. We appreciate all 11 of you guys jumping in here tonight. Let me see if you guys can share it out. Let people know that we're on. This way they can see what's going on too. My instincts are correct. That's what I figured. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? It's a storm. Respect it. Okay, a little more comfortable in this chair. I'm also sharing this out again, guys. Just bear with me and all that fun stuff. Okay. Share. If you guys could share it out too, that'd be great. This way, because I know people want to see what's going on with this storm. Just type it right now. Give me a second. Okay, is that area in the house that you guys have in case things get worse? Unfortunately, every room that we have has windows. Um, so realistically, I mean, maybe our living room might be our best bet in case things get worse, but we're in an apartment, so it's literally right there. So I can, it's not like the worst. Probably the living room would probably be our best bet. That or else I'm just going to sleep in a bathroom, close the door, put the dog just in the bathroom, and I'll sleep in a sink and she'll sleep in the tub. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Because I appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with us and all that. I apologize again, guys. I'm sharing this just everywhere I can right now. It was a last minute thing that we decided to do with this, so Your apartment looks like in addition to the Phantom Slayer and the Phantom. Yeah. So, Mike, that's awesome. You know, I'd love that. Like, Jessica too. Honestly, I have like rechargeable flashlights charged up already. Started charging those up a couple days ago. I have a headlamp. Just found a couple of candles around the house as well. So we got a couple things in place as well for ourselves. So hearing that you got to Mike, your power lines above ground or are they below ground? You know? Share this out. You think they're above ground? I think mine are actually below ground. I'm not 100% certain on that, but either way, if a tree falls, they can still rip the lines underneath the ground as well. So, yeah, so like every attraction here in Orlando area definitely closed for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. As you can see why, it's a mess out there. Like I'm literally, oh, the light's back on. That light's back on. That's weird how that came back on. But you can see though, look at that the yellow building there, right by the light. You can see how the water is just running down the side of the building there. It's just coming down. And I can tell you right now, you can see all the debris underneath that palm tree. So there's a palm tree over there to the right of the light on your screen. If you look earlier today, when the wind started blowing, it literally took all those palm branches off that tree. And they're all on the ground over there right now. Post that there. Yeah, that's probably also why you look tower too, like is right because they're above ground and stuff. And it's pouring out there. Well, I'm indoors, so there's nothing I can do about that though. From the Caribbean, and with Hurricane Irma in 2016, with that storm surge that was 13 feet high. Some of the ferry boats were on the highway. I can imagine that was the case. This is a joke compared to that. Then that's crazy. I'm glad you're able to tell that story though. If you know what I mean. Like that's great. Wow. In 2017, okay. 16, 17, it's all good. I've actually managed to keep a palm tree alive in the backyard out in Tennessee. Wow. A palm tree in Tennessee, that's impressive. Especially that you get cold weather too. That's impressive. That's really impressive. I gotta go make sure Jess didn't forget about this bathroom, so I'll be right back because she just started turning the water on and walked away from me. I'll be right back, guys. I turned it off for me. I got it. But yeah, because the water tank hot. This is the water I can have right now. Keep the water tank hot water.
I'm not experienced. I'm just
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You have relatives in Kissimmee. You know how the weather is there now? The weather in Kissimmee right now is
probably
it's
about the same.
the weather in Kissimmee right now is getting a lot stronger winds than you see outside this window. They're about 50 miles an hour winds. I've heard from people in that area that they have no power right now. Yeah, so it's they're south of Orlando, obviously, so they're going to get the brunt of things right now before. Yeah, see, Mike and Steph is saying wet and windy, so yeah. So you want today's? You want to laugh? Here's a good laugh. Jess, what'd you do?
Just now. What we call pulling a Jessica right there.
Yeah.
I started filling the bathtub and then just went away.
Yeah. Good thing I got out to go check it, like I said, right, guys?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. But Jess, what did you?
I wasn't.
So here's a question, guys. If you're going to fill a bathtub during a storm, what are you going to fill it with? What kind of water? Hot or cold?
Hot water for the win.
Yeah, Jessica decides that she's going to fill a bathtub with hot water, all the way to hot. Like, we don't have to keep water in the water heater. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I clearly can tell. It's all right, Jess. Good thing I went to go check on that. The water definitely. We would have had another flood issue other than a hurricane. So I think it's still Stephanie under Mike and Stephanie right now, but it's okay, Jess. I've done that too.
And you have too.
No, I haven't done that one.
Yes, you have flooded some stuff.
Have I?
Yep.
What have I flooded?
And I've definitely done it before too.
Oh, I know you.
And apparently did not learn my lesson.
Good job, Jess. Thanks for that. Your contributing to this.
Should I try to make food?
Yeah, I would definitely try to make food. That light's back on, by the way.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I think Jessica could try to make some pasta or something here too. But yeah, Mike and Steph, like I said, if it gets bad, the offer's there. I know the roads aren't too favorable right now, but you guys got my number. send a message like, hey, we're on our way. Don't even ask. Just be like, we're on our way. And I'll be like, okay, here's the address. The door's open. Will you guys have access to city water if power shuts down? As far as I know, yes. I have 80 gallons of water here. So let me just explain the situation with the water earlier and how we have those 5-gallon things of water delivered to our house that we didn't even ask for, but we kept. It's okay. What are you doing here?
Checking the time. Gotta
It's-
check in on that.
It's 9:45, Jess. So yeah, as far as I know that we will, but yeah, I don't know. Like this, like I said, we've been here going on a year now. So this is our first hurricane in Florida that we're dealing with. I'm just looking up stuff over here as well, guys. Sorry. Just bear with me. We appreciate you guys coming and checking in and out. And I'm sure some of you guys are in and out of this stream, seeing what's going on. I know some of us Floridians right now have better to do but to sit here and actually just watch the storm as it takes place. So, and I know a bunch of other people all over the place are questioning what the storm's actually doing and what is what right now. So, figured why not? Come on, let you guys know. You guys see, let you guys experience with it us. I don't know what the dog's doing. Appreciate old 10 of you guys coming in here tonight. Come on, chat away. We're here. Let's have some fun doing this at the same time, you know? Why not? I'm surprised that light came right back outside there. It's just weird on how that the wind just blew all the palms off that tree too. Keep it going as long as we can.
Yo, stretch. Need you to come get some stuff out the cabinet.
All right, I gotta go grab something for Jess. I'll be right back, guys. Maybe would answer. Do you guys want me to turn back the new stuff back on as well, or do you want me to keep it as is? What do you guys want me to do here? I will do whatever you guys want to see. Because I think this is kind of getting a little annoying how it's bogging down on one camera. I can always switch back and forth from me to outside on the other side if you guys want. Go check back in, stay safe, and resist fall asleep. Yeah, exactly. It's like Freddy coming, you know. Thanks, E-Man. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys. We'll see you here in a little while. I'll be here probably. I'm not planning on going anywhere for a while. Can I juggle, like a clown juggle, or juggle back and forth from the two? I mean, I don't think I could like clown juggle. No. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go and find the news feed again, and because this is getting annoying now, where Mike and clown juggle, really? That's I gotta see this. I gotta watch this one time. That'd definitely be interesting to see. You should record it. You should record it within your candlelit phantom layer there. That would be interesting, kind of creepy. I think I'm almost done sharing this out as well. It'd take me a while to do that. I know. I apologize. You have a video of him doing it on TikTok? Okay, I gotta check that out. What's up, puppy? Do 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 do. All right, so who's watched the new Monsters movie? I started watching it today. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about it. It was good and weird at the same time. I don't know. Just refuses to watch it. Though. I don't feel like I wasted my time watching it, but I also don't feel like I got anything from it. If that makes sense. Got to go back to this new stuff because this is just bogging everything down. It's not like we're just freezing up on the screen here on our stuff, and it would better keep the news going. And it's local Orlando news that I got going too, Jess. So yeah, so being that it's picking up, I'm going to switch over back to the news, and I'll switch back and forth for me. I'm going to keep the news up with the outdoor camera, I think, and
Like I'm not even going on the patio right now.
yeah, that's fine. So here, let me do this here, guys. We're gonna go and bring the news back up. The news that I am bringing up is actually Welsh news here in Orlando. It's Welsh, the NBC channel here. So here we go. Bring that back up. Full screen this again. Just bear with me. You can see the wind. Yeah, it's picking up out there, guys. Do you think they'll have a Jeffrey Dahmer house at Halloween Horror Nights next year since it's #1 on Netflix, right? That's a good question. I know Jess enjoyed that so much. All right, so we're gonna share this, share screen, share audio, share that, share.
Potential historic flooding along the St. John's.
There we go.
So we got to watch that. 15, 20 inches of rain is definitely doable with the trends that we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, and you look at this image from my
All right.
and
There we go.
haven't really seen anything quite like this. I mean, a lot of times, really leading up.
This is local Orlando news as well.
It was just falling rain occasionally
From Welsh 2, the NBC channel here in Orlando.
Kind of next level stuff right here.
And that's
So-
the thing. At any moment, it can change. Situation can change. So the fact that no one's really out on the road right now. This is
I'm not glamorizing serial killers, but it'd be a damn good series and a damn good. That would be awesome to see.
emergency crews will be able to get to where they
You
need
see
to.
the raindrops just getting blown across the lens. That's
Definitely
how
curious to
it's
see
falling.
how that would come about. If it really does.
For those of you who are listening on the radio, we're looking at around the highways there, and again, the street lamps are starting to swing around and really start to pick on up.
That's I-4 right there too.
From a viewer who's lost power, and she brought up an incredibly good point, and Alex because I'm so busy working on different graphics, that she's lost power. She can't see, but she can hear us. I believe it was on the phone or the app or
Yeah, she can hear over the radio, 107.7. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
can't see it and we're so used to doing TV.
Right.
We got to be able, we got to remember to be descriptive when we're showing our graphics.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
problem with
Talk
these
a little bit more
storms.
and get real corny with the descriptions and stuff like that. Now you know why.
Yeah.
So moving forward, where do we focus? I mean, naturally, we focus on our houses.
Yeah.
If you guys want, there's a QR code down over here that you guys can scan too to get the app for this news station as well.
Particular areas where you think
That's where we're getting this information from.
From a wind standpoint, the one graphic, the swath that we showed from Polk County through Orange County on his northern Osceola County, and I would have Alex go over there, but we're on a full screen to kind of show you those.
Heck
graphics.
yeah.
I've shown them a few times.
I agree with that
The
one.
swath of the strongest winds are going to be just to the south and east of
That would be
Orlando.
awesome.
There's a velocity product right there. And we'll
How about both of them? How about that? Champions Gate, Florida here. So you still got power, strong winds, and a few trees down.
10 to 15 inches of rain.
I thank you for that check-in. Definitely appreciate that. You can see what we got going on outside here. This is in Orlando.
45-mile-an-hour tropical storm force wind gusts. If you've got an old, rotted out
They
Spanish,
come back to me for right now. We're in Orlando, and you guys look. If you look, saw right there where Kissimmee was. It's just this line here is just moving up. This is a 80+ mile-an-hour wind. Kissimmee is like in that range. It's starting to pick up more.
I want to make it very clear. If you're up in Lake County, if you're up in Sumter County, if you're up in Marion County,
Corey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're being safe as well. Brian, I hope you're being safe as well too in Champions Gate.
You know, you're at the same risk as far as I'm concerned for something.
Fortunately, we still have power too. So as you can tell,
a hurricane 5 years ago.
let me go back to the outside camera here for you guys.
Didn't do the smartest thing, but I did leave here to try to go home several hours after it had left. I was stunned at the amount of just.
That's downtown Orlando. This is like Eola or one of those down there. That's crazy.
Just all the nonsense that had blown off of.
That's in literally downtown Orlando right there.
Right here, Lake Eola, the mountain there, gives us a
Yeah, it's getting stronger here too, Brian. It's getting really stronger here. You can see right there, Lake Eola. It's I'm not that far from that.
Like you said, watching us on TV, or checking out their weather by looking out their window, or even stepping out on the porch.
Yeah, I like the front porch at my house because it's covered and it's relatively safe. West News Michelle Meredith shows us.
I like sitting in my YouTube studio and watching it from here because it's completely dry.
One way you can tell what's going on with the weather is to check out the Department of Transportation cameras that are set up all over Central Florida, and that's what I've been doing all night. And as the wind picks up, the cameras start literally shaking up a storm.
Wow.
And obviously,
It's crazy.
through the night, and this is something
That's
I've
on
never
I-4
seen.
right
A
here
tree
too. This is
fell
not that far
on
from
I-4
downtown Orlando.
near the
They literally had a
Altamont
down
Express
tree
exit,
on
and
the middle of
troopers
I-4.
blocked the interstate, trying to keep drivers off that lane of the interstate until crews could work to remove it. And
Like if you're out on the road right now, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're just an idiot. Like this is actually right by Universal where they showed that sign.
experts have been making, it's best not to be out on the road at all. In Orange County, Michelle Meredith, West 2 News.
From West 2, this is continuing coverage of Ian.
Beaches flooded, cars underwater. The monster storm that is Hurricane Ian ripped.
All right, guys, I'll be right back.
After making
Stay with
landfall, and it
us.
is creeping up to Central Florida.
I'll be right back with you.
Along the way. Thank you for joining us for our continuous coverage after Ian made landfall as a Category 4 storm.
Yeah, we have team coverage for you. We have been on the air for hours and hours, and our teams have been spread across the area, covering coast to coast for you, because we have been seeing impacts all across our state. So I believe that we want to start with our team of meteorologists. We have meteorologist Alex Alisi, but we want to begin with our chief. Tony Manalfi is here. So, Tony, it's the top of the hour. Do you have an update for us?
We do, and the winds are now down to 100 miles an hour around the center of Ian, still moving to the northeast here at about 8 miles an hour. You can see the forecast is to take it up across the southeast central portion of our viewing area from Osceola back towards Brevard, Orange, Seminole, and then on to the southern Volusia County. Pressure's up now to 968 millibars, and with all of the rain that's been creeping on in, look at this flood warning. It affects over 1.3 million viewers tonight from Daytona Beach over towards Sanford, Orlando, Kissimmee. This is where they think the core of the eye is going to go, and with the heaviest rains on that northwestern side, that rain is beginning to add up. So let's take a look now at the reflectivity product here, kind of zoom in on some of the rains and some of the winds here across central Florida. Alex is going to drive me through that here in a second. So the storm is coming in to the southern reaches of our viewing area right now. There's Avon Park, there's Yeehaw Junction, there's Lake Wales. We'll start to drill into some of these areas here. Not a whole lot of cities, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the winds from Frostproof to Lake Wales back towards the Florida Turnpike. We are seeing winds here in this corridor in that 70 to 80 mile an hour corridor there. As we punch a little bit farther to the south over towards the Turnpike, you can see 71 mile an hour winds. So that core of nearly hurricane force winds, there you go, 75 are beginning to push into Osceola and Polk County. The strongest core of the winds now coming on in. Let's take a look up to the north along the 417. Again, we've got some gusty winds here. When we've been taking a look at some of our individual sites on some of our other computers, we're punching a steady 35, 45 miles an hour. You get into northeastern Osceola County, again, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Alex, if you don't mind, the other big concern here is what's going on along the coast. And we're really close to the Melbourne radar, but if we go up to the north, we may be able to grab some of the winds here in Daytona Beach, kind of punch some of these brighter shades of green right there. Again, that is some significant winds up that way. The other big story is the rain. We'll switch it on over to the reflectivity product, begin up north, and then kind of drive our way down to the south.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Moving in from the east southeast towards the west northwest.
You're on your channel now. Cool. You're a travel agent. Would you be surprised at how many people are still planning on arriving on Friday to the parks? It's really, honestly, they're really, really stupid for that, honestly. I wouldn't. Friday is a cleanup day, and I work at Universal, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be cleanup day, and it's not going to be pretty.
Alex and I have been looking at some of the storm total accumulation values here, and
it is confusing how they're showing different colors like that. Unfortunately, with this storm, there's just so many different colors that are involved in this.
If we go back 12 hours here since really the beginning of when all of this was going on, and we pixel query some of these values here.
I think some of them are rain totals, and then some are, if this is rain totals right now, and then they're also giving wind.
Closer to the center of Ian, we are talking about rainfall amounts here near Avon Park and Sebring, right along.
You see this 14 and 13 inch rains are approaching up, or they're traveling up I-4 there.
That may extend up into Osceola, Orange County, Brevard County as we get deeper into the night. So, Alex, a lot
going up into Osceola. That means it's coming right up into Orlando area.
Back over to you.
Yeah, that's right, Tony. So let's take a look a little bit about at least some of the worst weather when we're expecting it to arrive. Of course, right now we are watching again the highs of the winds as we just showed there on our radar, moving through Polk County, now starting to get into Osceola County, and that's what we're expecting. We're expecting those heaviest of the winds to start to move in around 9 o'clock, and that's what is occurring as we continue through 10 o'clock and now heading into the 11 o'clock hour, we do expect to see those winds extending up through Orange County.
Yep, it's literally in our area now, guys. It's in Orlando now. I think this is a hour delayed broadcast, I believe.
Again, we're still watching for that swath of the strongest winds to be moving through southern
That is snow. If it was cold, it would definitely be snow.
Still watching for the strongest of the winds to move through Osceola County as well. This is 4 o'clock in the morning.
So the rain just started coming down harder too.
Hearing that wind howling across much of central Florida as we go towards 2:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. Notice
See,
the winds. They start
tomorrow afternoon, this is all hurricane right here, right in Orlando. This area right around here is all the theme parks right around here.
Winds still in Orange County, Seminole County, and into
so we're all
Flagler counties, Brevard County as well.
in a hurricane through tomorrow.
This is 11 p.m. So as we get towards 11 o'clock,
and it's still a tropical storm by 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Here has the strongest of the winds moving, starting to get offshore.
Mike, you are 100% right, man. Like, honestly, we haven't felt weather this nice in a long time. It's weird on how a hurricane brings all the nice weather.
There's 9:30 that we really start to see those tropical storm force winds move.
So 9:30 tomorrow morning is when everything is going to start clearing up. I'll be surprised, guys, if any of the events in the area are going to happen tomorrow night, like Horror Nights, or not tomorrow night, Friday night. Horror Nights is going to happen Friday night, or Hollow Stream. Thanks, PTV. We're doing our best to stay safe.
Orange County, you're also going to be dealing with quite the amount of wind, so power outages will be going up. We already see thousands of people without power in Orange County.
The lady complained about debris being on her Disney photo shoot on Friday. You know, it takes a certain type of person to complain about little things like that, I guess.
Into eastern Orange County, and by Thursday night, that's when the worst of the winds begin to move on out. Seminole County, we're going to be dealing with the worst of the weather starting around 2 o'clock in the morning. Around Longwood, Sanford, again, Chulioto dealing with about rainfall rates. Going to be quite strong. Pretty heavy rain in a short amount of time. Expecting
honestly, Chelsea, that Friday, I can definitely see Friday being close.
Flagler County, we're going to be dealing
100%, because the crews are going to have to come in and clean up.
And also,
like,
the other impact in Flagler County will be the storm surge. Expecting about 3 to 5 feet of storm surge around the Volusia County.
Come back to
about
me.
1 to 3 feet of storm surge with that rain.
Like, take it from me, like, even like Universal. Universal's got a lot of palm trees. You can see from the shot that I showed you outside the window here that the palm tree that we have out there, literally all the branches just were ripped off of the top of the tree. It's just a trunk right now. Realistically, there's going to be a lot of cleanup. Disney's got a lot of palm trees. Disney's got a lot of trees around. There's going to be a lot of cleanup going on. That I would be surprised if these places will open up on Friday.
Again, we're going to continue to track when those.
And you got to remember too, with Horror Nights, they literally took down all the food booths. And you're talking about Friday morning, this moving out. You got to set up again for this stuff.
Since the crack of dawn, all over the state, monitoring the east side and the west side. And tonight we want to take you out to Tampa. Earlier we were right along the bay, and tonight Ybor City.
That's right. So let's get out live to West Shoes' Dave McDaniel. Dave, have you been talking to anyone out where you are, or are the streets pretty calm and like a ghost town?
Well, first I want to tell you we're in this little cyclical pattern that is so.
This is a street in Tampa that's usually busy.
Systems and hurricanes. It'll pour, it'll have blustery winds, and that'll be calm for a little bit. Then you have steady rain, and then you have like a little bit of wind.
Exactly, Chelsea. The setup for Horror Nights is it's a lot. There's a lot that has to go back into resetting.
But again, Tampa is really in the crosshairs when it comes to flooding. Obviously, they dodged a bullet when the storm went south of the city, but certainly they're going to get plenty of rain, and the flooding threat is real because they have so many waterfront properties and canals here in the city. Now, I did talk to a gentleman just a few moments ago. He's brand new to the area. He moved here from Kentucky. He's been here for about a year. This is his very first.
It sounds like me and Jess.
He took it absolutely seriously. He followed all the guidance. He got his supplies. He was prepared. But he did really kind of say his curiosity got the best of him. A moment ago, he went for a little bit drive around the city, and he shared with us what he saw.
A lot of tree, a lot of branches.
This guy's an idiot. I literally did not even venture out into any streets around us.
And then up here on the eastern end of Ybor, looks like a couple of the lanterns got blown off their pedestal and are completely shattered in the street.
They get to 3 right now.
So there you have it, just a little bit of damage, and for all practical purposes, pretty minor stuff. You know what we've seen down in Naples and Fort Myers, where the Ian made actual landfall.
Actually, this screen here will definitely tell us what it is.
Down the street, houses that have been knocked off their foundations. This storm
Let's see if I
is
put
so
it back up.
massive.
Hold
Again,
on.
the governor said earlier today,
It's a category
it's
2 right now.
one of the most powerful storms to ever hit the state of Florida. That is clearly the case at 155-mile-an-hour winds.
And that's coming through Tampa.
Almost exact same location as Hurricane Charlie back in 2004, and now, of course, it's marching across the state, bringing all that wind and rain. Right now, Ybor City, not a lot of people around here. It's almost deserted, I would say. We still have power in the area, and that is a good thing. And we have a little bit of water in the street, but so far, the rain that has fallen so far, it seems that the drainage in here is relatively good because there's not a whole lot of standing water. And again, this has been a cyclical pattern. We expect that we'll have plenty of action as the evening progresses. Reporting live in Tampa, Dave McDaniel, West 2 News.
All right, Dave, thank you. And hopefully everyone's staying inside and they are being safe and they are watching us so we can show you the conditions. You don't need to go outside.
It looks like it's going to be about a category 1,
now we're going to jump around
possibly on the end of the category 1 to a tropical storm by the time it gets to Orlando. We're going to get that switch over, it looks like.
Where are you? Yeah, we're in Astor here in Lake County, and we'll turn the camera around here so you can see the road. It is limited visibility. It's really dark out here, but the rain is still coming down pretty steadily here. Wind is not as bad as it was earlier when I was speaking with you, but if you're out driving around, hydroplaning is certainly something to be wary of. That is a lot of water on the road right now.
Right? I agree, Chelsea.
A gust of wind picking up here and there, so definitely something to be
More like
concerned about.
flying away. Like, this is wind that will make you fall over.
Gas stations are shut down, so not a lot of reasons to be out at the moment, as we've mentioned over and over again, but something just do have to keep in mind. But I do want to mention that Lake County is in this part of Lake County, I should say, very low-lying area, and that is a concern.
You guys can see those trees blowing out there on our screen from our camera.
That can flood quite easily. They're expecting that part of the river can get up to 4 feet, and this is the time when they're concerned about flooding right now into tomorrow morning. And for the communities that surround it, they're really hoping that those people really have already taken advantage of shelters or making sure that they are secure right now. And we're hoping that they did the same. But clearly, just a couple of cars out on the road right now, not too many people, thankfully. So, Jim, Summer,
I'm going to say,
and Michelle.
power is a good thing. I'm able to get hot food right now. It's one of those things that you take for granted, but right now, there's some people out here that really wish that they could be in this spot.
Earlier this evening that was trapped inside his home from flooding. So what you're seeing here is a bunch of his personal belongings just floating around. It looks like on the first level of his home.
Wow.
Kind of showing the video from the second floor looking down. Let's go ahead and listen to what he said.
You should have gotten out of there, buddy.
Okay, so we don't actually have this hot, but basically
that's
he was
crazy.
Home. He said that it was a one-story home. But it looks like it has a couple of levels there, so it's a little confusing. But the bottom line is you can see a sight that you don't want to see. Outside, you see the water, and then he pans over and you look downstairs, and you see the water is also inside his home. And who knows what's in that water. So
wow.
It's probably the best case scenario that he's on the top level looking down. We did hear from him, so we're going to work on trying to turn that sound bite around for you.
But we also want to take you back out. You know, we just saw Dave McDaniel, who was live in Tampa. We do have some video from Tampa and Ybor City where Dave McDaniel actually.
You guys also have to remember, is in water like that,
see what just happened there?
There's snakes and gators and stuff like that in Florida. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh.
In the storm, if you saw it at first, it was blowing.
That's
in the
crazy.
Wind,
There's trees down.
The intersection, and then look at this. There were trees down
wow.
right in people's front roads. There are live wires and trees blocking the roadways. Again, this is all in Tampa, so this isn't here in our area. But you can see there are many.
That's what they should say. Yet.
Reason why we tell you to stay inside. Part of the reason why certain counties put curfews into effect because they don't want you to be caught in the middle of this. They don't want you out on the road while a traffic light is falling right off the wires.
Yeah, literally, I mean, we're home.
actions that they take for these reasons. And look at this, a tree just down on a home. Again, this is in Ybor City. This is not in our area.
Oh my God, Chelsea, that's funny.
The thing, as we're saying with this is, the reasons why they want the road clear, obviously we don't want traffic lights falling on people, but if there is some type of emergency, they want people, the rescue crews, to be able to get out there to them and not be stuck in traffic or worrying about others.
Could you imagine swimming in your own living room? That's crazy.
Impact other people. So please heed the warnings.
Okay, so let's show you our conditions here. We are in Orange County. I believe we have West 2's Michelle Meredith. Michelle, how are the conditions where you are?
Well, I'm shocked. And here's my story. About a month and a half ago, I broke my hand. So I have not been able to work out in the field. And I have been working this hurricane from what we call in-house. And so from the windows, I saw the creepy clouds, the rain coming down. But now I'm on what we call the weather patio. And let me tell you, the door is like 10 feet away. And sometimes
I can't even go on my own patio. My patio is soaked right now, and we're covered.
A wall of water, and the wind is whipping through the trees.
Yeah, guys, you guys go get some sleep. You guys reach out. Let me know that you're okay. Mike and Steph, like I said, the invitation's still extended. I'll have my phone next to me for you guys. And if you need a place to go, if you guys don't have power even after the storm and it's safe to move around and you need to get somewhere that has power just to eat, we have food here. You can bring whatever you need as well. And Leia will love the company as well. So come on over if you need to. Just let me know. You guys go get some rest.
The TV screen and the windows that our crews are showing us.
Yeah, we're meeting all the people that you are introducing us to. We've been out in Volusia. We've met Dave out there. We met some kids down in Celebration. So we're really kind of living through you all as we're showing you all these live pictures. Our viewers, we're seeing it for the first time a lot of times and experiencing it with you.
And we appreciate you guys going out and braving the elements. We know it's not an easy job, but we know that you also do it to keep our viewers safe, and we thank you as well. And Michelle, we know you have covered many, many hurricanes, so we know that you're good. You can do it, and we know that you can stand up to Hurricane Ian. But again, we don't want you out there too long, so please stay safe.
You guys are so kind. Well, I'm going to step back into the picture, and I have to say that my heart goes out to all of my colleagues and everyone who is out in this right now. And I know this is such a cliche, but everyone, please be safe. Live at West
Sorry, guys. I'm just eating something right now.
All right, Michelle, keep that hand dry, please.
Yes. That's a must. He's got a cast on the
if you couldn't see it. All right, I think we're going to talk about the actual forecast right now from the Mets.
Yes, we want to go ahead and get you over to Chief Meteorologist Tony Minolfi. So what's the latest right now? You gave us an update at 10. We know we're getting another one at 11, but what should we be focusing in on right now?
Right now we need to be focusing in. This center of circulation is now getting ready to come into the southern reaches there of our viewing area. So we're going to spend a lot more time on the radar and a lot less time on this product, although at the top of every hour when we get that new information, we'll absolutely pass along the latest winds, the wind speed, and the pressure, which are all going in the right direction. I wish we could speed this up a little bit, but that appears to not be the case with this particular.
Honestly, we haven't had rain like this in Orlando since we got here. Like, this has been all day of rain.
Other big story now with the ongoing
This is our first that we've actually had a full day of rain in over a year.
Which means that flooding is taking place already from Kissimmee to Orlando to Sanford to Daytona Beach. We are talking about several inches of rain that's already fallen, and that flood warning covers 1.3 million folks here in our viewing area, again, along and south of I-4 to I-95. Now, I wanted to switch it on over to the radar tonight to kind of show you what's going on. Here's where we think the center of circulation is now. It's been filling in, and it's entering into southern Polk and Osceola County.
Right between the two coasts, really. It's right in the middle of the state.
Like that. But Alex and I have been noting a bit more of a drift.
It's moving right into Kissimmee, which is right there by Disney.
From the National Hurricane Center. So that's a trend we're going to continue to watch. There's your circulation right there. We're going to drill it in for you and talk about some of the winds here into Polk and Osceola County. That's been our biggest concern, along with the flooding that is currently going on here throughout Central Florida. So there's Lake Wales. There's Avon Park. Look at these winds now. 75, 85, 87 miles an hour. That now extending over towards the Florida Turnpike.
Getting pretty close. We're
Force
pretty
winds
close
are
to
now
Orlando
entering
right
into
now,
southern
guys. It's
Osceola
really
County
moving up.
there. We go up towards Orlando and Kissimmee. We'll slide this a little bit farther to the north. Now, the winds are picking up here. Look at Kissimmee. We are talking about winds in the vicinity now of 50, 55, even 60 miles an hour just to the south of you, while in the
These winds are
areas
definitely
here,
going to be picking up here
44,
anytime.
45, we've had a couple of gusts approaching 55, 60 just a short time ago. Just off towards the east there, approaching Rock Ledge, we've got winds here 35 to 45 miles an hour. The other area that I want to investigate is farther to the north. We've seen the combination of a big high across the Ohio Valley and Ian down to the south, funneling in some very strong winds and, again, a lot of very heavy rain. We've been seeing some pictures and some videos from folks from Daytona Beach, the Palm Shores, down to the Ponce Inlet, New Smyrna Beach, of a lot of wind and a lot of rain, and it's howling along the coast right now. Coastal
Wow.
beach erosion going to be a major concern going forward. You can see the
It's
winds
funny because
here,
going into this
45
storm, they weren't really
mile an
too
hour range.
concerned about that
Alex, if
side
you
of
don't
the
mind going
state,
back over to
about the Space Coast
WS5,
and
the
anything.
other graphic we like is
And
the
now it's
sustained
really going
winds
to be
and the
hitting
big
over there
gusts and the
as
Hurricane
well
Ian potential
as the
gusts.
middle of
We
the
think
state too.
that we're going to take the strongest winds right through here, maybe a little bit closer towards Keynessville, if that trend does curve a little bit more towards the northeast as opposed to the northeast. So we'll move to the northeast from Kissimmee to Keynessville. There are going to be some strong gusty winds. That is going to extend up towards New Smyrna Beach, and you can see the live radar. Sanford, a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust with some of these squalls coming across. There's Daytona Beach, 52, up towards Palm Coast, coming in about 30 miles an hour. In the back, guys, if you can muster up any DOTs along I-95
Exactly,
or the
Chelsea.
metro areas, that would be absolutely fantastic. There's a look now at I-4, and you can see the wind howling right there here in the
Where on
metro
I-4
areas.
is.
The potential here
That's
for
right
the
around
strongest winds, I
downtown
believe,
on
is going to
I-4.
be right along the I-4 corridor back towards I-95. We'll drop in some of those camps for you time to time. I believe that's right here outside West 2 Studios. As the wind is picking on up, the pictures are getting more and more impressive. All right, Alex, let's go back to the reflectivity product here and kind of take a look at this big shield of rain. And Alex, one of the things we've been noticing now is the rain is beginning to add up. You were showing me some of the total 12-hour rainfall accumulation totals, and they're very impressive.
Oh, that's right, Tony. I mean, as we
That's
take a look at some
crazy.
of these rainfall totals here, and I put on this product, let me go ahead and stop this and pause it. Look down to the south here in southern Polk County. See where all this purple is? As I bring this up top and we take a look here, it's very impressive. We're seeing over over a foot of rain heading through Avon Park up through Sebring. This is moving to the east side of Fort Meade. We're seeing about a foot of rain. As we work our way into Osceola County, about 3.7 inches of rain just to the southwestern side of the Florida Turnpike, north of Yeehaw Junction.
Yeah,
Again,
Chelsea,
blue
you're
color
right
of
about
rain
that.
is going to continue to slowly move its way up towards the north and towards the east. As I zoom out, we'll go up
That's the
towards
side that
north
usually
here
gets all
in
the
Orange
turn.
County. This is also where we've been seeing those rain bands moving on through.
It looks like it's going to be Volusia
What's going on,
County. So
Jonathan? How are you, man?
there, and
Thanks for
let's
joining.
see what we got going on
We
up
got
there
the
right
live
now.
cam going on outside the apartment here.
It says capable of producing a
And
tornado, severe
this is the
thunderstorm,
local news
capable
going
of
on as
producing
well.
a
This way
tornado
people can see
located
what's
near
going on.
Ormond by the Sea. Again, moving northwest at
Appreciate you coming in, Jonathan.
25 miles an hour. So we go back to that barren there.
Mike and Steph actually
Tucson,
just
you're
went
gonna
left.
see,
They
let's
went to
get
go to
that
bed.
warning up there first, so
They
folks
lost
can clearly
power.
see what cell that we are
Laura,
talking
what's going
about.
on? How are you? Thank you
Popped
for
into
joining
our
us.
system. There's Ormond Beach, just south of Flagler Beach, and you can see
I'm just
a
eating
big
right now as
swath
well,
of wind
so
coming
I'll jump
ashore.
back in a minute.
Again, the problem with this type of warning tonight is it's going to be very difficult to get a couplet with these rainfall rates that are incredibly high across our area with these tropical systems. And that's one of the things we talked about, rain wrap particular features there. So there's that tornado warning.
It's kind of funny on how Jess just made
We'll get down the street level
clam
view
and
for you.
pasta
And let's
for
push that
dinner
radar over
when
to
there's a
Weber City, 'cause
hurricane
that
going
looks a
on.
little bit messy. Maybe go over towards
Just had some
the
seafood.
Melbourne radar to see if we get a better look in on that.
As I finished eating that, I'm like,
Their storm
it's kind of funny
relative
on
velocity, and then our west radar is
could have
right
just went
here as
outside and
well.
picked up the
It's kind
clams,
of hard
right?
to see where they're seeing that couplet, Tony.
It looks like it might be offshore. Let's switch over to WSI. Sometimes the
All right, let
algorithms
me
on
switch
TV
back to
sometimes
Storm
are a little
outside.
bit better. So let's see if we
Get to
can
your comments
help
here
our
again.
folks at home pinpoint a little bit better. We can go back.
You're from Pennsylvania. You're supposed to be flying in on Saturday for a family trip. I hope it.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, good luck on that one because hopefully by Saturday things should be back. But there's definitely going to be a backlog of flights coming into Orlando on Saturday, Laura. So you may be getting a lot of delays. Yeah, the local Fox News for you guys in Orlando says calf worry, as he explained. Exactly. Exactly, Jonathan.
45 miles an hour now with that cell right here, moving off towards the northwest.
Yeah.
So again, back towards the interior there.
We got a team I root for. Yeah, myself. I'm not like we're honestly not too much into sports around here. I mean, I'll watch hockey every once in a while, but it's the Rangers up in New York. But not really too big into sports stuff. We're more theme park people and about having fun.
Around 10:42 and Marineland on the western side potentially right around 10:49. All right, let's get in real close to the coast. I want to see some cities, some towns right there. There's the club that we're watching. It looks like it's on that northeast side there.
It's a 3, but acting like a 4. It could be a 5, but currently just be a 2 at the end. Exactly. Exactly, Chelsea. 100%.
Probably been back towards the John Anderson Highway and then back towards Mountain Grove. Just curious on the Barron machine, if you see any shear with our rotation tracker. Alex, I know I'm putting a lot on you going back and forth.
Not seeing much in the way of shear at all. And I don't. This might not be working. No, it's working. So again, I just don't see much in the way of shear up in that location. That's Melbourne's. Let's see if Jacksonville is showing a little bit different with the shear here. That's showing a little bit in there.
Yeah, and if you go ahead and put that into motion, I think that'll give you a better indication as to how this has been playing on out. There it is, right? It looks like it was right there, coming ashore and clipping now what may be coastal northern Volusia County right there. So I think.
And then the National Weather Service in Melbourne just said they're watching some circulations offshore in Volusia, move towards the coast. That's why they put a tornado warning in northeast Volusia.
Yeah, so we got a couple suspect areas. Let's go back to the reflectivity product and take a look at some of these other cells. So there's a few of them. They're starting to line up now, and you can see them moving off towards the west-northwest here at an incredible pace. 45 miles an hour.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry.
You don't know what's going on outside, and again, a lot of these are going to be rain wrapped. Can we go out just a little bit more from here? I just kind of want to see. Yeah, I think those are the cells.
Don't damn it! It's Epic Universe construction. I'll tell you this right now. Universal is that area controlled right now. Everything is secured. They secured everything in Universal as well. I can tell you right now, there's no doubt that anything is going to go wrong.
Is tuned into the best frequency for us to see what's going on.
You gotta remember, these theme parks have been through this so many times already. They know what they're doing.
Values when they're setting up for different types of weather events.
You know, all these tornado warnings popping up too.
Yes, I would jump away from that one. Maybe go back towards Jacksonville. The other thing we can use is the Barron button as well to kind of see if there's
you see, like since we started, how the wind is definitely picked up out there.
Here, that's the ones that we were looking at. There's Ormond Beach, and then it looks like we just crashed the system there. But there's Flagler Beach building up towards the west.
The news station just took a hit, it looked like.
I can't stress this enough. That is a very, very fast-moving cell. You can see the shear on the south side of that tornado warning there. And then more shear off towards the northeast.
Looks like Welsh too is having issues at their station.
Going forward again.
Probably power surges over there. We had one earlier today.
See if we can see anything there. Again, just a hint of some weak rotation there on the northwest side of Ormond Beach.
I was in another stream you modded earlier and said, I should have to listen to the people now. I'm stuck here. My roof is losing shingles. And yeah, you know, honestly, if they say get out, you get out.
back towards Tobacco Estates. Old Dixie
Honestly,
Highway,
honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now,
towards
this
the
this
west-northwest
news
is about
stuff,
40
they really
to
haven't been
45
beating around
miles
the
an hour.
bush with
They're
anything
racing in off of the
with all
Atlantic
this,
border, so that's something that we're going to have to watch.
and they've been
Again,
right point on. They've
the
been
range
calling it as it
like this.
is,
There's I-95 now and mile marker
with the weather.
looks like 265
And
looking off towards the north from one of our
they
cams.
said
In this
earlier, like 3
particular
days ago,
vicinity,
that
the
the
rainfall
towns are
total here, you
calling
start
for
getting into the
evacs and
orange.
stuff like
I
that,
believe
and
that's
people are
4.5
just
inches of
staying in
rain
their
already.
town and
Yeah,
just
and then
not
Daytona
evacing.
Beach, we got some active weather.
If you're doing that
Any new news from
after
the
your
weather service
town
there?
tells
Looks like
you to
you're
get out,
going over some of the data.
then that
No,
is
people
your
are asking
issue.
if there's going to be
Like,
any
you're dumb
early
for that.
cancellation for that tornado warning. It looks like we're not the only ones who are looking and not seeing much in the way of rotation around that area. Again, as we take a look at that base velocity here, those earlier tornado warnings we saw near Osceola County is very well defined. We could really see where those tornado
Flooding is my concern in that area. Assuming it dug down to build up.
It looks like they're
So
watching
yeah,
offshore for rotation, expecting it to come on shore.
the
But we're
issue
just
with
not
the
really
flooding
seeing
is
much on radar here showing where
the
specific
drains
radar
clog
indicated
up,
tornado would be.
and also you got to remember too, is if you lose power, there's
tropical
pumps
systems is
in the
just
sewers
there's
as
so much
well. So
water
if
in
you
the
lose power,
environment
those
that
pumps don't have
it is
power,
sometimes very difficult
and
for
if they're not
us to
pumping, the water's
survey
backing up.
the rotation like we saw earlier. Let's go ahead and just loop this one more time. I just want to I want to keep you can go back to the velocity product even though it didn't look that good. I just want to see if we can pick up on anything. There's Ormond Beach. There's a
Also, the sewers can only handle X amount of rain.
Okay, yeah, that's very, very busy.
So if they're getting more rain than they can handle, then yeah, it's not going to
let's go to Jackson.
be
Folks at home are
significant,
getting a firsthand experience of what we have to deal with. That is a little bit cleaner right there. I mean, it's better than what we were seeing down to the south. Yeah, right there.
That caught your eye too, Johnny. Huh?
Even at Cat 4, man, I'm out of there at a Cat 4 too, Jonathan. Like, honestly,
that's the last image
like if they
right
turn
there.
around and
So
told me
there
like,
was
hey,
two
you got to
pieces
get
of
out
visual.
now,
So
I'm like,
to
okay,
back
bye.
up just a little bit,
I'm
you got
out.
one piece right there.
I mean, I'm not
And then you got another
stupid like
piece right
that.
here, and then you go to the next frame. You can see it kind of coming ashore. Yeah. So it's approaching Flagler Beach.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to take a hurricane over a blizzard any day because at least if I lose power, I'm not going to freeze.
So we'll watch that one. Let's head to the south just for a second. Switch it over to the Melbourne radar. I want to see if there's anything coming up offshore there from Titusville and Cocoa Beach. And then there's Melbourne and Cocoa Beach right there. So not seeing anything down there. So the focus again offshore of Volusia County and then back up towards Flagler
We're talking
County.
about
That's where
66
the
mile an
energy
hour winds and stuff coming up this way.
most prolific right now with the cells offshore. This is closer to the center of circulation, which is now coming into southern portions there of Polk and Osceola County.
That's like Lakeland, like right around the Lakeland Antique Mall and all that. It's coming up that way.
Western corridor. There's the center of circulation, Alex, right there east of Sebring. So if you go ahead and stop that loop, actually, I like the view going back into the southern reaches of our viewing area, a little wider. There's Frost.
It changes thinking of people watching, even if you're home to evacuate sewers will backfill at your basement. Exactly, Jonathan. You know, like there's only so much you can do though at that point. If they're going to back up, they're going to back up. You're not going to be able to stand there and do anything about it. Where are you going to pump water to? That's coming. You're going to pump it back outside your house to where it's coming in from. I mean, there's always so much you can do. That's why they have home insurance and renters insurance and stuff now.
And then gradually with time, these winds are going to
Chelsea, for real? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Thank you for that information.
To watch this very, very carefully as we go through the next couple of hours. So again, the big push of wind is now coming into the southern reaches of our viewing area with Hurricane Ian, which continues to weaken down towards the south. All right, let's go back up to that tornado warning there, up towards Ormond Beach and then south of Flagler Beach there to see if we can find anything new. Again, we'll switch it over towards the Jacksonville velocity product there and hopefully be able to pick something up as we switch. Sometimes we have to do this. We have to switch back and forth between different live radars to kind of get the one that's closest to the cell. You can see there was a little couplet there on the
I thought the
Jacksonville
first
radar.
Hooters was actually in
It was
Clearwater,
really good there. And
Chelsea.
then now,
That's what
it's a
Google's
beach,
telling me.
Flagler Beach. Thankfully, it does appear to be not as well pronounced, potentially in the weakening mode there. At the very least, though, that is going to produce some very strong gusty winds. One of the other things we like to look at.
Tracker.
Yeah, there it is.
No, that's good.
Yep, that's a good sign right there. And the rotation tracker one more time.
Yep.
Any shear?
Still not seeing any shear in there. I'll go ahead and pop that up for you, though, so you can see it as well. This is from Jacksonville shear rate. Not seeing a whole lot there.
And then if we switch that over,
You're tired. I'm tired right now.
Offshore, there's the stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna say
Even though I've been sitting around doing nothing all day, I'm really not that tired. I can't lie.
All right, let's go back to the reflectivity product and just kind of see what's going on.
All I have to do is sleep all day, you know. What else am I going to do? That's why we popped on here. At least I have people to talk to and interact with you guys and all that. Let you guys all know that we're okay.
These are going to be ones that we want to watch. And notice the way they're moving. They're moving now due west. Okay, now the center of circulation coming into southern Polk and Osceola County. So the winds are whipping up along the coast. Lots of folks emailing us, telling us that, man, it is whipping big time here. And there's a reason why. You can see we've got that strong high pressure through the Ohio Valley. We've got Ian down to the south. It is a funneling effect of not only liquid, but it's also a funneling effect.
Disney's shipping out all their merch and trucks to protect it. I can understand why.
Down to the south.
Where'd you hear that from, Jonathan?
You got some news?
Yeah, it looks like the National Weather Service just canceled that tornado warning in Volusia
County. That's interesting. Like Disney has warehouses on property where they can store their stuff as well. Just like all these theme parks have places on property where they can store their stuff.
Alex, there's the circulation.
Yeah, right, Chelsea. Save the merch. There's nothing more than important than Disney merch.
One other thing we like to do is take a look at the winds on that north and the west side. That's historically.
I don't know if you guys can hear the wind going. I'm going to move the mic closer towards the window area.
Yeehaw Junction, southern reaches of Osceola and on into Polk County. That is where we're seeing a tremendous amount of wind energy.
I'm going to move it over this way.
From the southwest to the northeast as Ian continues to lift to the north and east. With more on
if
the
I don't make a disaster.
What we should expect over the next 12 to 24 hours, let's send it back to Alex.
Can you guys hear the wind and me and all this stuff going on at the same time?
Expecting here. Again, this is the swath that we're watching. As the
friends living in the area? Okay.
Its way through Polk County and over into Osceola County. That's where we're going to be dealing with winds sustained wind gusts upwards of 80 miles an hour. And you can see that swath south of Kissimmee up towards Kenansville, continuing to work its way to the north. As I zoom up a little bit further, again, if the current track holds true, which it looks like it might be edging a little bit further down towards the east. It looks like the National Hurricane Center keeps saying it's moving to the north-northeast, but when we analyze it on radar, it looks like it's maybe moving a little bit more towards the northeast instead of the north-northeast. And that would really
Main
push
Street
the swath of winds down in towards Bifflo and towards Christmas. This will work its way up into northern Brevard.
Yeah, exactly.
County, right over the Cape near Titusville as well. And then
a lot of water to go nowhere, really. It's got to go somewhere.
Volusia County, excuse me. Also watching the peak wind potential here, the purple showing where we have those potential winds 75 to 95 miles per hour. That's pretty much the entirety of Polk County. And as we looked at that velocity, the live radar there, already seeing those winds moving on in.
Gusts of wind outside of that window.
Winds to continue up over Orange County, Seminole County, Volusia County, about 55 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts. We're going to continue to tweak this graphic as well. Already seeing the worst of the weather beginning to move into southern Osceola County as we head towards midnight. So about another hour and a half, I expect to see the strongest of the winds beginning to move into Orange County. Seminole County will also begin seeing
about midnight they're talking about heavy winds in Orlando.
And out towards the east.
Between now and midnight. So it's about an hour and a half away.
And this is just really showing exactly where the strongest of the winds are occurring at the moment. You can see the flood warnings are in effect there for Polk County. Across much of Polk County, still dealing with the heavier side of the rains. But as I put this into motion here, you can see just the rotation of those winds coming on down from the north and the east up towards the north. Down here, starting to move back towards the radar site in that rotation. Again,
all right, guys, I'll be right back. I got to go check some stuff.
We're going to just see that weather continue to deteriorate as we continue through the overnight hours.
Alex, we do want to get you to a little bit of breaking news. So we got this tweet from Florida Power and Light. I think we can bring it up here as a graphic on our screen. So they tweeted just a little while ago, Hurricane Ian's catastrophic winds will mean parts of our system will need to be rebuilt, not restored. Be prepared for widespread extended outages as we are assessing the damage. We are already at work restoring power where we can do so safely. And Summer, this is one of the things that we knew was going to be a result of the storm. Widespread power outages. We saw it happen first in Cuba.
Yep, 11 million people in the dark.
And then earlier today in South Florida, as the storm hit, we saw that area was completely in the dark as well.
Yes, and so we actually talked to OUC an hour or so ago, and they were basically trying to walk us through helping people set realistic expectations. So things like this let us know, like, it's going to be a minute. So, make sure that you have your battery-operated lights, preferably. But if you have candles, put them up somewhere where they can't get knocked over. But yeah, I'm looking at Duke Energy, and you keep refreshing it. Every 5 minutes, it seems like it's going up by 5,000-10,000. So we're going to keep an eye on it. But there's not much you can do right now. They're not going to go out and repair it right now. So just hopefully be patient and.
It looks like FPL has about almost 6 million customers here in the state of Florida, and about 1 million are in the dark just for FPL alone. So that tells
you.
Duke
Energy 76,000 and OUC several thousand as well. That is okay. So anyway, we want to get you over to Snag Epicadius because she's been following some breaking news for us out of Altamont Springs.
That's right. So it seems as though Sinai, a tree fell. What happened where you are?
Well, guys, the wind gusts are just so powerful. Take a look at what damage it's caused here in this neighborhood. We're in the 100 block of Oak Avenue in Altamont Springs. You see this tree has toppled over. It was a close call for a family living in the home right next to this tree because it caused an electrical fire. We're told by Seminole County Fire Department that this tree fell into the house. It hit a bedroom, and then an electrical fire started. The flames started spreading and went into the attic. Obviously, fire crews had to come here. It was a quick attack, but the crews responded quickly. We're told the family, no injuries have been reported, so that's the good part. Fortunately, no one got hurt, but the family's working with the Red Cross right now since obviously they had to evacuate. It's not safe here, but when things are repaired and things are safe, they'll come back. Seminole County Fire Department returned to this location just a few minutes ago. The worst part about this, there's a power line hanging. This is why we're standing back as far as possible, because you know how dangerous it is when there are hanging power lines. And we know that it's live because the fire crews came, and you see that they put caution tape as a perimeter to block this area off. But this is just one example. We know that earlier this evening, crews were also responding to another tree that was blown over by the heavy winds. It happened on I-4 on the Seminole and Orange County line, and this was, I believe, between Altamont Springs, if I'm remembering correctly, Altamont Springs and Maitland. And fortunately, the crews were able to remove that tree as well. So, guys, just be safe out there when you're out on the road, and make sure that you're staying home from this. And again, we know power lines, when they're hanging low, are dangerous.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry.
Come back and make sure they check on this when it clears up
I
here.
think the sense is from Disney is that this video is Saturday. We still have about 40th day.
Thank you for being there and showing us.
Maybe
Additionally, in Altamont Springs, another situation very similar to what she's talking about, very close to where she is. Another power line fire. It was in an apartment complex in Altamont Springs. Not sure that okay, there we go.
That is, that's not far from us.
It's a dangerous situation.
Whoa. That's crazy.
See and hear that this is going on across Central Florida. So the best way to stay safe is to stay.
You know what, though? Honestly, Cat 1, tropical storm, it doesn't matter what it is. It's still a bad situation.
We also have some incredible video. This one is out of Winter Haven. This is a transformer. Transformer fire explosion. This is something that we often see during hurricanes. It's just what happens sometimes. But this was caught on video.
So damage in Orlando is officially starting. It looks like. Okay.
Happening live, and crews even say that a trampoline flew by.
Right, Chelsea.
They caught this on video. So you don't know what's going to be happening when you're out on the roads. Debris can be flying around, transformer fires, down power lines. That's why they're urging you to stay safe. If you're indoors, if you're in your home,
I feel like it's too far away.
You should stay.
And this is also a visual representation, and it's showing you why it's going to take so long for them to repair these lines.
It's gonna be
You're
a
not going to be able to get out
while
tonight.
for
So
cleanup.
if you are
I'll
in
tell
the
you
dark
that.
right now, you may be in the dark for a little while. So just kind of, pack your patience. I hate to say that sounds very cliche, but it's true.
It is true.
That's all you can really do right now. So,
But it's good to know and reassuring to know that our counties and our emergency officials have been preparing for days and days and days. As soon
Exactly.
as this looked
Katrina
like it was
wasn't
going to be a
too-
thing,
like
they
a
were going to
strong
have
one
plans
either when it
together.
came in,
We
but
have
yet it did a
Christina
lot of
Watkins,
damage.
who has been in Brevard County today. So
A
Christina,
storm
you're
is a
back
storm,
with
no
us
matter what you
at
look
the
at it like.
EOC. As you've said, it is all hands on deck. What are they doing tonight?
Michelle and Summer, you talked about emergency leaders being up and running, preparing for this storm. Well, here at the EOC in Brevard County, they've been up and running since last Wednesday, but now it is all hands on deck. They are monitoring everything going on in the county. John Scott from Brevard County Emergency Management is joining us now. I want to go straight to power outages because you all were just talking about transformers blowing in other parts of Central Florida. We are starting to see some power outages here in Brevard. What's the number right now?
Right now, we're looking at about, and good evening, everyone. Right now, we're looking at about 6,400 residents without, or homes without power, and that number's been sporadic throughout the county as we see those rain bands.
Just checking on a few people in the area, guys. Just bear with me. I'm
is out there working
making
very
sure everyone's
diligently
okay.
to get those folks back online. So we are seeing restoration come back as well, and we expect in the overnight hours and into tomorrow, we'll see that number continue to increase as the winds get closer to us, and then really sort of make their full arrival.
Yeah, we certainly want to thank all the hard work you all have been putting in to not only prepare for this moment, but also
Yeah, right. The Epcot for you.
into action as we watch.
Let's see what kind of train wreck that's going to be.
Closer to Brevard County. Let's talk a little bit about what is happening right now behind the scenes. We've got the monitors up. What are you all watching?
Yeah, so like we
And then we also have the 100th of Disney. So
winds are a concern, but fortunately,
I think Disney just always has some kind of celebration going on. There's always some way to suck people in to come into the parks.
But this is really a rainfall event for us. We were already so wet as a county going into this event, and now we're looking at 10 plus inches countywide.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight.
It's going to be tough. So
you can see we got the live stream going on outside the window.
Yards flooding.
Got the news going
We haven't
here.
had any reports of water in homes yet, but we know that's going to lead to some trees falling down, which we've sort of already seen, and expect that to continue as we get more rain.
You say this is a rain event, and yes, the winds will pick up and the gusts will be strong, but not necessarily as strong as you all expected, but still pretty strong. We felt that earlier today when we were out at Titusville Marina. Talk a little bit about reminding people to stay at home. We've heard emergency leaders say, help us help you. Talk about that.
No, that's exactly it. Right? That's the message. We want folks to stay off the roads where they can. Now's the time really where we're hunkering down. We're getting through the winds. We're trying to stay out of the water because, again, the more times we're out, the more times we're putting ourselves in dangerous situations. And we don't know when those stronger rain bands are going to come through, right? They'll come in waves. It'll be a little bit lull. I think maybe it's getting a little better. But then another band comes in, and then bang, that wind's right back. That wind rains right back.
I might open this up for you guys to come in and join us too if you want. It's up to you guys. If you want to join the stream, join us in chat on camera. It's up to you. Let me know. I will drop the link for you guys if you want.
There are 3 shelters open here in Brevard County. How are operations over there at the shelters going for those who are maybe in some of the neighborhoods that typically flood, some of the lower lying areas? Talk about that.
Yeah, so our shelters have been open since 10 a.m. this morning. Things are going real well out there. We're continuing to see a steady trickle of folks. When we opened these shelters, one, we wanted to make sure we had safe refuges for any of our residents who didn't feel safe. But because we looked at the rainfall we were going to see and the amount we were going to see, we really wanted to make sure we put these shelters near areas that may be prone to flooding or have historically flooded, so that if there is something, that's time we need people to act quickly and move fast. We wanted to be somewhere close to them, but it continues to go well. We've got one in north, center, and south part of the county, so I think we're well distributed, and we're continuing to work to serve our residents.
Working around the clock, 24 hours until the threat passes.
Yeah,
we are
that's
going
crazy.
to be here with you all throughout the night as well, getting updates, bringing those straight to you, so you don't have to leave your home. We're going to track what they are monitoring outside, those wind speeds.
I got to give these guys credit, man.
211. that is the number you can call if you have any questions, if you have any emergencies. We're going to talk about that in our next hour.
Yeah, Jonathan is one way to remove decorations in the park
what people can
for the
do
next
as
one.
they sit at home and wait the
Shoot,
storm out.
I guarantee a lot of the stuff that was up is definitely coming down and not going back up. I've probably not seen a lot of the 50th stuff going back up. Being that it's towards the end of this celebration, and they're just like, well, screw it, just keep it down at this point. They're going to probably just keep a lot of the
we appreciate it. Thanks for having
Halloween stuff up.
All right, so we're going to send it back
to you. And a lot of the 50th banners will probably be down by now.
Resources are available right now for you to reach out to emergency leaders here in Brevard County. They are here for you, guys.
All right, Christina, thank you. And we want to get you back to something we told you about earlier, maybe just 10 minutes or so ago. This is a Fort Myers man home. This is video showing flooding inside his home. We are hearing from him. Let's go ahead and
come
listen
back
to
to
what he
me
had to say
for a
about the
few minutes here.
So,
Alpha Travel, what's going on? I hope you're being safe too. Like I said, if anybody wants to jump on here, more than welcome to come on. I'll drop the link if you guys want. I'm going to kind of just ride this out as much as possible. Good to see. I hope you're staying safe too, man. I know you're right in this path as well. So good to see you, though. All right, I'm going to get you guys back outside.
Incredible. And you see his personal belongings just kind of floating around downstairs.
And I'm sure he
There we
wasn't
go.
expecting that to happen.
Who does?
I know. Everyone hopes for the best. We have been telling you about shelters open across our
No,
area.
actually, we do not have underground bunkers at Universal. Universal literally went around and started taking things down yesterday and putting them into warehouses and stuff like that, indoor locations. Fortunately, most of the haunted houses are indoors in sound stages and stuff like that in permanent structures.
Kind of set the scene for us right now. We're
So,
actually looking, I guess, outside of the shelter.
Yes, absolutely, guys. I wanted just to turn your
Alpha, I'm the same way. Like I already told you, like where we are, we're not that far outside of that area. You can see what's going on outside right now. For me, it's probably going to be the same as what you got right now. But you can see that one tree, that one palm tree. You see, like, point to it. It's trying to point to it without moving the camera. That one right there, it already lost all of its branches. It's just a trunk right now.
Oh my god. Sorry guys, I'm almost getting blown away out here.
That's in Celebration too, right outside Disney. This is right outside Disney World.
Kind of looking at what's going on just outside of the high school.
Ryan, what's going on, man?
Waiting to hear back from them to see if that has in fact changed.
You're at an underground bunker with Jack from HHN.
Here's another sign. If we can, Gary, can we point to this sign right here? I just kind of want to give you guys
for the friendship. I wish I was there with you then, Brian. Jeez.
Winds are. And you can just see a lot of the signage on the roads and in front of the parking spaces that are just flapping around in the wind out here. Quite intense.
Wow, Celebration is getting it right now. It's kind of like what we have right now over here.
Out there on those roadways. And oddly enough, not oddly, but
signs are looking like they're falling down there too.
A lot of people. This is the human element of a hurricane. We're seeing a lot of people.
Do you guys know where Celebration is? It's right outside of Disney.
Still dropping off donations here at the shelter.
And
it is amazing. And
this is what's going on at the Disney area right now.
Loving on other people who they do
Look at all the debris on the ground.
Their belongings at home and saying, you know what, these people in the shelter need it. We've got about nearly 100 people just in this shelter here at Celebration High School. And this is
listen, don't get me started on Jack, man.
Just 10 minutes up the road.
I think we've seen too much of Jack, and that's my opinion, though.
250 people inside of it, and we just got word that they did lose power. They're working right now on a backup generator to provide power to those people that are there. So a lot of families, as well as pets, are in that location. There are 6 shelters all across Osceola County. A lot of food has been donated from FEMA.
As you're saying that there are shelters in place right now where they are accepting families and pets, but your pet does need to be in a kennel to come into these places, and you do need proof of the animal's vaccines as well.
Supplies for women, families. It is just incredible to see. And I guess you got to find the silver lining in everything, right? And that for me is the silver lining, seeing that human element of people coming together to help their neighbors in need. Reporting live in Osceola County, I'm Luana Munoz. Back to you guys.
All right, we
This is
want to thank you.
crazy.
I want to just take our viewers again through some of the footage that we've been seeing. I want to take you to Cape
You guys can
Coral.
see on how their
They've
shots
been
are
having a
basically
lot of
matching up to
flooding,
what's going on
obviously,
outside this
after
window
you
over here in the
hit
studio.
the coastline there as a Category 4 hurricane, 150 mile per hour winds. I think we have that video.
Out of Cape Coral?
Of Cape Coral.
Do we have it? Trevor?
All right, be right back again.
No, we
Okay,
don't have
so
it.
no,
Can
we're
we
gonna
move
go to the next
on
one.
to the Okay, we don't have any of the video right now. That's okay, like we keep saying.
But yeah, live TV. It's just a thing. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the other video that we've seen throughout the day. Jim Payne joins us in studio with a look at some of the best video or worst video, depending on how you want to.
All right, let's give me some room here. Scroll on up because all right. I want to start with this video from one of the Hurricane Hunters flights. If you have not seen this, this is pretty crazy. These are the people who fly directly into the hurricane. They flew directly into Ian to gather valuable firsthand data. This gives our team of meteorologists the most up-to-date information that is possible for them. Now, some of the Hurricane Hunters says this was the most turbulent flight they had ever been on. The rain was so intense that their radar could barely see beyond the nose of a plane. Now, they did take images from inside of Hurricane Ian. A hurricane hunter who flew into the storm says, "I've never seen so much lightning in an eye before." And West 2's Marley Martinez capturing video of a gator in Lake County. This guy, we think it's a guy, looks to be about 9 to 10 feet. This is what Lake County's fire chief cautioned people about today. After floods with the high water, some amphibious creatures come out of the swamps.
Yeah, check out the
Snakes,
gators there.
Alligators, and this is proof. And this is a big one. And take a look at this video.
Wait,
posted
what,
by
Chelsea?
Naples Fire and
No, are you
Rescue Department.
serious?
Storm surge completely flooded the fire truck bay. Workers
No, you got to be joking, right? Are you
to remove
serious?
equipment and items from inside of the fire trucks. City of Naples has issued an emergency citywide curfew that is in effect until further notice. Naples Fire Rescue.
If that's true, that's horrible.
Jet skis with the caption, "And sometimes we need a ride to the rescue ourselves. Thank you so much."
Heck yeah, get on your jet ski, ride that thing around the streets.
Activity, by the way. Submerged vehicles in a flood.
Riding firefighters around on jet skis, that's crazy.
Led to more than 9 feet of storm surge by early afternoon, and by the end of
It's
the
on
day in this
Twitter?
area,
Oh
they
man,
have
I gotta
about
look this
12
up.
feet of storm surge. That is a record for this city and just part of the devastation that took place there. Lake County
Wow.
Sheriff's Office Outreach Center on Fort Myers Beach swept away by storm surge. Wow, look at this. That is an awful scene right there. Wow. And take a look at this incredible time lapse from
Wow,
the
guys at
Central
59.
Highway, showing
Wow.
how quickly the area flooded. And
Rockin'
actually,
Robin, what's going on, brother? How are you?
you can see the clock at the bottom.
Hold on,
of
I
the
gotta go
screen
tell
started
Justice.
right around noon, and the time lapse itself only lasted about an hour. That's a pretty strong move right there. Just a part of some of the images, mostly from the Gulf Coast today, that really show the impact of Hurricane Ian.
From West 2, this is continuing coverage of Ian.
This storm is doing a number on the state of Florida. It is going to continue to move through this state.
I've been here since the mid-'70s. This is absolutely by far the worst storm.
All right. Yeah, he was 59. That's crazy.
Cars and boats float down the.
They've been reporting that Naples has sharks been seen in the flood. That's crazy.
Really bad one.
Man.
Right now at 11, Hurricane Ian is packing a powerful punch as it slowly moves across Florida.
West 2 has been on the air nonstop, keeping you informed.
Could you imagine a shark just like
on this storm, and we have team coverage for you with a crew of
swimming
reporters
around
across the state, from Tampa
outside
to
the front of your
all
house?
over Central
That
Florida.
would be
We have you
nuts.
But first to the
Oh my
11 o'clock
gosh, that would be
advisory is
nuts.
out,
I
so
think
we want to get to
I
our
don't
first
know.
morning weather team with
I don't
the
think I would
latest
ever want to leave the house again.
meteorologist Tony Benalfi and meteorologist Alex Alisi. And gentlemen, where is Ian tracking right now? Because we can tell
You just came
by
from
looking
Disney
outside
that
that
stream.
things
That's
are much
awesome.
different here.
Yeah, we go through these phases as the storm approaches.
Well, we
as you
appreciate
guys
you
know,
coming in
and
here,
we're starting to see the
Rockin'
coolest
Robin.
winds
We're
coming into Osceola and Polk County, and that's
gonna
gonna
try to
lift
stick with
northward
this
later
as
on
long as we
tonight.
can, as long as
I
I
don't
have
know if
power,
we
as long
have
as I have
the 11
internet.
o'clock advisory. I think that's
We're
WSI2.
gonna try to
But as
roll
we
with
switch
this as
over
long
to
as we can here tonight,
WSI1, we'll
at
go
least
ahead
for
and
a
get
good
that set up.
chunk of the night
With
here.
the 11 o'clock advisory, we are expecting the winds to be right around 100 miles an hour. So that's going to
Yeah,
affect
Jess
which
said
portion.
that she
There it
saw
is.
something
Yeah, it's
earlier
coming. So we're on about
online
a
about
minute and a
Coolio,
half early. So,
but
Alex, what I'm going to do is I'm going to
yeah,
talk for a while, and then I
that's
know we'll be
crazy.
expecting to be able to get the 11 o'clock advisory. That's either going to be 95 or 100 miles an hour.
They've
with the
already
gusts kicking
reported
on.
having gators in
There's the
Florida going to
velocity
people's homes.
product.
I
There's the
wouldn't
northwestern
be
side
surprised. They've
of the
been giving
storm,
people
and we're
warnings
starting to
all
get some
day
of those
about the
gusty
gators and the
winds now
snakes,
over towards Avon Park.
and
There's
to
the
stay out of the
junction
water
there.
because
The
these
center of
animals are
circulation
being
is
displaced.
right about in here. So with each
So,
passing moment,
yeah,
the
I'm
wind
definitely in
energy is
Florida.
beginning to
With the
increase.
view
Again,
that
we'll
you
lift
see outside
northward
right now
as we
is
get deeper
outside of our
into the
window.
evening. Lake Wales back towards Osceola, the turnpike there, coming in at about 70 to 75
Yeah, Robin, we're
miles an
Rockin'
hour,
Robin.
and
We're
that is
definitely in
all
Florida.
going
We're
to
right here in
continue
Orlando,
northward as we
right
get
in the theme
deeper
park
into
area.
the evening. All right, let's go back to WSI, Alex, and see if we do have the 11 o'clock advisory. Then I'll go ahead and drive it from there. There it is. Guys, look at that drop off. From 100 miles
There's
an
a video
hour
of a shark.
to
So
90
that's
miles an hour.
crazy.
So we are clearly going in the right direction now. And the movement to the north-northeast there at about 8 miles an hour. There's the updated advisory with the cone. And you can see right there at the junction of Osceola, Polk, and over towards Avon Park, there's 8 a.m. on Thursday. Notice where that storm sister is now centered and focused.
Crazy. That's not even that far. That's probably about an hour away from
Maybe
each other.
northeast versus northeast here, and that indeed appears to be
This
the case.
and this, there's
We're right
about an
on with
hour
that
from
as
each
it is
other,
headed towards
and it's going to
northern Brevard
take
County. There is Thursday, 8 a.m.
about a day to get there.
Thursday, 8 p.m. offshore. Again, we get that wraparound. That storm surge inundation is one thing we're going to have to watch. We'll be watching the watches.
Sharknado in Florida right now. Yeah, it seems that way.
We'll continue to watch that there. There's a look at the winds. Now, I wanted to do a little bit of.
That's why they're telling people to stay out of any water that you see stagnant around, because you never know what's in it.
Go back to that particular graphic that you were just showing. That was actually the one I wanted there. Yeah. And so look at Daytona Beach. We talked about that strong high to the north and what's going on down to the south. Alex,
I do have to say though, the weather right now, the temperature right now is amazing. It's only 71 degrees right now, and it's really comfortable. I have my AC off and the windows open right now, just to depressurize the house. And the breeze and everything right now, it feels great.
The winds along the coast, and that is clearly what we are now seeing. So let's take a different vantage point now. There's the center of circulation. Right there, it's wrapping around. It's going to take that trek, we think, very close to Cocoa Beach. We'll adjust that corridor of the strongest winds, but the center of circulation, right about in here. It's been filling on in. Alex was doing a wonderful job there of highlighting some of the wind speeds on the northern side of it, which are now coming in to Osceola and back towards Polk County. This will lift northward with time, and I think the crux of the strongest winds may stay just to the south of I-4. We're getting the gusty winds now, but those 75, 80-mile-an-hour winds will likely stay just to the south and east of the I-4 corridor. Back to the rain. Palm Coast, Daytona Beach,
crazy.
Smyrna Beach. Boy, it is a burner out there tonight. The combination of heavy rain and those strong gusty winds. We've seen that with the gale out there.
Imagine flushing the toilet and a baby shark comes out. You know, it wouldn't put it past me to actually see something like that.
It has been coming down. Just spoke to my son. He had to drain.
I'm on the second floor though, so I don't have to worry so much about that.
We took the water out before the storm. Look at these rainfall totals here. North Brevard, 6.5. But Alex,
no, Alpha, it hasn't. It hasn't.
12 hours.
We're in for a long night, dude.
Other machine, you're going to see a big increase there. Look at that. 6.6 there. You work back towards East Orange in Orlando, over towards, we'll call that Baldwin Park, down towards over
At
towards the airport. That is a
6.3 right
hell of a
there
amount
is
here
right
in a
for
very
Universal.
short period of time. We've also been working on
That
the
heavy
timing
band of
graphics. We've got
rain
a
right
new
there
AI graphic
is
that's just
not,
been updated.
is
Alex, what's
right
your
over
take on it?
Universal.
Yeah, sure. If you take a look right here, we're watching those tropical storm force winds, especially the gusts, already
Yeah,
starting to
exactly.
spread
Around
its
2
way
a.m. or
on
so.
into the north. You can see the orange here, 58 to 73 mile per hour winds here. Here's 11 o'clock tonight. This is what we're already starting to see. The orange here moving into Kissimmee, over towards Melbourne, southern Brevard, and into southern
Alpha,
Orange
you have
County as we
any
continue
power
over the
issues
next
yet
few
today or
hours.
no?
This will continue
We've
to make
had
its way up towards the north. Looks
we
like
had
I
a
forgot to put pause points here,
brief
so I'll go ahead and do
flicker.
this manually.
We got
As we
everything
continue
back
towards
real
2
quick.
o'clock in the morning, we're expecting the strongest of the winds. You can see the line
Yeah,
right
right there,
here, moving through
2:30 in the morning.
Montgomery
It should be
County,
coming around
heading all the way
Orlando.
across Seminole County and
Maybe
into
around
southern
3.
Volusia counties, where we expect the strongest of the winds to begin to move in. Another core of the strongest winds, though, moving into southern Osceola County and then into Orange County. As we go into Thursday afternoon, you notice there's 10 o'clock in the morning. As the storm continues to weaken and becomes forecasted to become a tropical storm, the hurricane force winds start to collapse. But you can see again the orange moving all the way through Volusia County. There's 6 o'clock in the evening.
As you can
The core
see,
of the winds now well
we're literally
offshore.
getting high
It's going to
winds
take some
all day
time for those
tomorrow.
winds to continue to subside as we go towards midnight on Friday. The edge of
Maybe
those stronger
around
winds are
midnight
going to
is
be
when
for
the winds are
Marion
going to
County,
just
for
let up
Orange
for
County,
Orlando.
encompassing pretty much all of Seminole County and Volusia County. So again, the worst of the weather is
No
moving
issues
right
here.
now
We're
into
tied to the
Osceola
same
County.
grid as
It's
2
going to spread
hospitals,
its
so
way
we're
into
good
Orlando
so
as we
far.
go over the
Knocking
next
out.
hour and a half.
You know
And then as
what?
we go into
You're
tomorrow,
lucky on
winds
that
will
because those are the
slowly
grids that they're
subside
going to
as we continue throughout the
prioritize.
day. So over the next 7 days,
But you also
tomorrow
got to
is that
remember
first
too, is those
warming weather day.
hospitals
That's when we're also
are
expecting the
also on
worst of the
their
weather to
own
continue. By
backup
Friday,
as well.
really turning the
So
corner. But again, even when the weather stops being dangerous, give it some time. Let emergency crews do their jobs so they can make sure it's safe for you to get outside.
All right, Alex, thank you. We want to get you back to our team coverage because, as we said, we have people spread out all across
Judy,
Florida,
what's going on? How
not
are you?
just
How
Central
far are we from
Florida.
the Disney
And one
park?
of the
About
locations
15
that we've
minutes.
seen so much damage
15, 20
is
minutes
over
from the
in
Disney
Tampa,
park.
and
Like
they're
I
the
can
ones
get
who
to Disney
avoided a
Spring in
dry
about
day.
15 minutes.
Some of the most memorable scenes
And that's all local
from
roads.
today in the last 12 to 24 hours have
I can
come
get
from
to Universal in
Tampa.
about 10.
West 2's Dave McDaniel is for us now. And Dave, I'm hoping it's pretty much a ghost town right now.
So everything you're seeing outside on our outdoor camera right there is what is you're experiencing in the theme park areas right now.
Almost carbon copy of what happened when Irma came on shore and actually split Tampa and Orlando a number of years ago, when the water in the bay actually got drawn, actually pushed out all the way out into the Gulf.
I'll tell you right now, those winds are picking up even more.
Just a trickle of water.
You can see
Just
those trees.
remarkable to move that much water. That's the power of these tropical storms and hurricanes, and of course Irma and now Ian. Very, very.
I'm tied to the business district of Toronto. We had a barge knocked out of its power line.
Of course, signs and everything are
Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. Exactly.
So for the most part,
If these storms don't care what's in their way, it's like, oh, we're going to knock out whatever we're going to knock out.
Throughout the evening, right now, we're thankfully in a little bit of a break. But so far, it seems like the storm drains are doing a fairly good job. The power is still on here in Ybor City, and that's a good thing. We, like I say, a few people are wandering around. A few people are out.
Yeah, Judy, we definitely will be. We're inside. That's why we're inside doing this stream. Yes, I have the outdoor camera going, but as you can see,
the rest of the surrounding area.
just facing outside of the window, and we're just bringing everything to you guys that way. I'm here, we're safe. Leia's here, she's safe. Jess is here, she's safe. I have nothing else going on right now, so we figure why not just go live, bring this information to you guys, and show you guys what's really going on during the storm. Since this is our first storm as well, we appreciate you all coming in and being a part of this with us. Like I said earlier today, we only had one incident where power flickered on and off, where it just reset my internet. But other than that, we've been okay. We have the windows cracked a little bit. We have the sliding door opened up a little bit to neutralize all the pressure inside the apartment, kind of like disperse it out. This way we don't have an issue when the big storm comes through.
Dave, thanks.
And we're going to try to stay on with you guys as long as we can to let you guys see what's going on outside. So I'm going to go back to that camera here. This way you guys can see what's going on, and I'm going to keep the news going as well over here. This way you guys know what the local news in Orlando is saying as well.
And she says this is the largest single convoy of utility crews she has ever seen, and she's been covering hurricanes for a long time.
Yeah, she is. And we actually want to go out live to Amanda Dukes right now because Amanda has moved location. She's now in Winter Park. Amanda, can you talk about the conditions that you're experiencing?
Yeah, we've got pretty gusty winds out here, you know, the rain blowing sideways, and we have been able to observe over the
She's
past
in Winter
hour or
Park,
two
not
that
that far
conditions are
from
definitely
the theme parks as well.
Actually, a good sense of the type of winds we're seeing is if you just look over there, that's near the intersection.
There's one thing too, as you can say, is a lot of these gas stations right now are closed down because number one, they don't have gas. I had to wait almost an hour just to get gas yesterday coming out of work. All the gas stations in the theme park areas, they had no more gas. It's really rough with the gas situation. So I'm glad that we didn't go anywhere. I'm literally sitting at home. The car is full of gas right now, but we're not moving it until we absolutely need to. You're on the first floor, right? You take precautions. No, Jonathan, we're actually on the second floor.
And I know from listening to our meteorologists in the next few
Yeah, I'm on the second floor, Jonathan. So little things like that really shouldn't affect us so much. But I know the apartment complexes did go around and empty the pool out a little bit. They half emptied the pool. They put all the lawn furniture inside the pool, you know, things like that. So
sort of out of the cone, we decided to come back to Orlando. And it was as I was driving back here, going down 75 and getting onto the turnpike, that I passed those hundreds of utility trucks. And I really got goosebumps. It was beautiful to see all the people that were already coming into Florida to get in place to help. And I know we
I gotta check and make some more messages out here. Just bear with me, guys. I'm sorry.
Going to have to restore power. They are actually going to have to rebuild parts of the power grid. So it's good to know that a lot of that stuff is already lined up. The utility crews already getting in place to help. But we will stay here in Winter Park tonight and keep an eye on how the weather is in Orange County to bring you live updates. Reporting live in Winter Park, Amanda Dukes, Wesh 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you. And boy,
I like how she's at a gas station. This is where she had some kind of cover.
Down south as well in Southwest Florida, where Fort Myers.
Yeah, the only thing we have to worry about, Jonathan, is if the power goes out. That's it. Honestly, I don't know if that's really going to happen or not.
That water is and how quickly it is moving. Again,
Fort Myers, 96% of the city without power. Wow.
And we also want to give you a look at that power outage map. Here it is. Okay, so this is from
that 4% is probably just like the police stations and stuff like that have power.
Customers out of 471,000 customers are without power. So again, that is 96% of that Fort Myers area. So they are, I know it's hard to say to just be patient until it comes back on, but that's what they're going to have to do.
They're saying the rivers will begin to dispel water after the storm and go through Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if the flooding goes through Saturday, honestly.
Conditions right outside the station have taken a major turn. I mean, it's
I'm surprised they even have 4% as well, Jonathan. Like, that's crazy.
It really is. And we've been talking about the timeline of events here. And
yeah, Alpha, I'm because you got to remember this water's got to go somewhere too. So all the runoff and everything, all the drainage and everything is just going to fill up, and it's just going to fill everything up. And they're talking late Friday that the storm's still going to be sticking around.
We do have a camera over there. This is I-95, not too far from Daytona International Speedway. A lot of sideways rain over there, and I actually just checked a second ago.
See, that's not that bad over there. We have it worse over here than over in Daytona right now.
Water mostly along, looks like Beach Street in multiple places in Daytona Beach is closed, and that's probably due to
Alpha. I would be surprised if they do. Honestly, I don't really foresee them opening up on Friday. There's going to be a lot of cleanup going on, and then with Universal, they took down like 90% of the horror night stuff that's outdoors, and they're going to have to reset up with all that. So they're going to need a day to do all that, and then they're going to have to make sure all the rides are acceptable and safe. Any flooding that came into buildings is going to need to be cleaned up.
This came to us from the police
Things like that.
also advising now is the time to shelter in place until it's safe, because you do not
I can see maybe City Walk opening up on Friday. Other than that, I don't really see anything else. And Universal right now has a lot of walls up for construction purposes and things like that.
This is from
So
in Bradenton, and what you can really tell,
yeah, you know where I'm going with that. So,
or what really stand out about this,
a lot of Universal areas flood. I know Disney areas flood too, especially in the Magic Kingdom.
Some neighborhoods right now.
So,
all right, we do want to give you some information about the Flagler County shelters that are now open.
but it's more important to make sure the safety for your guests definitely comes first.
Is serving as a special medical needs shelter. Bunnell is the shelter for the general population.
I can definitely see Saturday being the day to reopen.
Has set up a pet shelter for those people who need it. But as a reminder, if you're under evacuation orders, shelters should be used as a last resort. I think they encourage you to find family or friends first and then go to a shelter if you have nowhere else to go. Flagler County residents with questions about shelters or anything hurricane related should call the Flagler County helpline. That number is 386-313-4200.
You believe with Irma, Disney first opened to only hotel guests, but then they did open Friday. It would be very limited. It depends. I don't think it's a different situation right now, I believe, than that. Honestly, I think they're going to.
This video is from a mobile home.
Yeah, I was saying was I think that especially with the reservations and stuff like that right now, they're not going to do that. AJC Magic TV, what's going on? How are you, Amy? Welcome in.
And a perfect segue into our next live shot, because we have Darren Stoltzfus, who's
You're right. Exactly. The Magic Kingdom is full. Somebody spills something that floods. That's also like Universal. You go through Jurassic Park area. That area floods. A lot of Universal backstage floods. So there's areas that are going to need to be addressed to make this safe for guests. And especially looking at the water levels that are outside here as well. You can see we got the water right there.
Go ahead and take the crate. That is important.
It's rising. It's rapidly rising too.
If you look behind me, you can kind of see.
We're good, Amy. We're just hanging in. We got the live stream outside the window going. Got the news air going as well. We're going to try to keep this going as long as we can. Possibly until maybe the power goes out or something. If it goes out, hopefully it doesn't. But we're doing well. Just riding the storm out. Doing this live stream,
strongly that you shelter in place where you are. And remember, if you are in a dire situation and you need emergency crews, you can call 911, but it will take them quite a while to get there. The response times will not be the same as they would be without a storm of this magnitude going on. Again, remember, the worst is still coming in the next few hours, so be considerate of what's going on outside and just stay indoors is what they're suggesting to do. But
that's the best advice that this guy can give us right now is stay indoors.
They don't expect your water to go, or at least the drinking water to be contaminated or anything like that. So that is the good news in Orange County. But Mayor Demings in his press conference earlier tonight did stress the chances are pretty good that you're going to lose power. So be prepared. If you're using candles, especially with anything with an open flame, it's pretty dangerous, especially considering, again, the delayed response time. So they suggest that you use battery-operated lights to keep your situation safe. And at the end of the day, use some common sense. Try to stay
Holly is getting
indoors.
some
We're
water,
heading back indoors as soon as we're
sleeping
done
in.
talking to you. For now, live
Not
in
major,
Rainfall
but
Accumulation,
they
back to
did.
you.
And we'll let you
Yeah,
because we don't want you outside.
that's what I'm saying. Like right now, you don't. It's not a guarantee to know where this water is going to come in from. Polynesian's surrounded by water. I mean, come on.
And we are starting to feel here in Central Florida what he was talking about.
It really is very powerful, this storm. We are dealing with lots of impacts. So we want to get over to our team of meteorologists. They've been tracking everything for you. We have Alex Alisi on standby, but we're going to begin with Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi. So, Tony, as Jim said, we've been feeling the outer bands of this for quite some time, but the winds have been picking up, and you can see it out in the field with our crews.
Yeah, you can also see it on some of our cams. You're absolutely right. We've definitely seen.
I'm in right in the Orlando area, Amy, right in the area of the theme parks. We're like 10 minutes from Universal, 15 from Disney. Not that far from here, actually, from Lake Eola.
That's I-4.
So
look at the water on the roads right there. I am so happy.
I have never seen I-4 that empty.
And are now inside.
Wow.
Watching this from their TV screens in a dry, comfortable home. 8 a.m. There we go. 65-mile-an-hour tropical storm. So you can see we dropped off from 100 down to 90-mile-an-hour winds. That will continue to build off towards.
They said as of tonight, Orlando hotels occupancy is at 85%. That's higher. That's high for a storm. 80% of Tampa. I don't doubt that. Not a problem, Amy. Not a problem. I don't doubt that, Alpha, because I know they lowered the rates and stuff too in the area as well. I know Universal's full, Disney's full right now. Basically, if you had a Florida residence ID, they were giving you special storm rates and stuff, from what I heard.
Potential for 80-mile-an-hour winds here in this little strip. But it's also interesting to note that when we take a look at the big broad picture here across.
Honestly, one of the safest places to be during this would probably be at one of the resorts, because at least you have food. Their power situation will be better than anywhere else in the area. Like, I could tell you, if I lose power, Universal won't.
Lifting up to the north and the east. Oh, I know. I keep forgetting to put
Your niece is in the Four Corners area. Yeah, she should be getting it about now.
You can see that
like, I'm not that far from like international and stuff like that.
So that's what we're starting to see right now, with the strongest of the winds beginning to move into the metro. They're also moving into southern Sumter County.
Yep, it is an evacuation site for locals.
Brevard County as well. As we continue, as we go throughout into the afternoon, we'll continue, or into the overnight hours, we're going to continue to watch that wind field expanding even further up towards the north and out towards the east, towards the coast. Let's take a look at the flood warning right now. Again, it's across pretty much everywhere from Kissimmee in northern Osceola County, all the way up through Orange County, all the way up through Seminole County, and all the way up through most of central Volusia County, down to the south to about Port St. John and towards the Cape there. That's
Look at that flood warning right there. Orlando's in that flood warning, like Disney, Universal, all the theme parks are in that flood warning. SeaWorld.
From the west of the system itself.
Could you imagine what those animals in SeaWorld are going through right now? This must be putting a lot of stress onto them.
So that's where we expect to continue to watch that motion moving again up towards the north.
It's like things like, overflowing of tanks and stuff like that, like confusing them.
Right around south of Polk County, just near the southern edge there of Osceola County as well. That's where we're seeing the heaviest of the.
I'm gonna see a killer whale or a shark coming down International Drive. Watch.
Right in here, that is where the center of the storm is. When we take a look at the velocity, really impressive wind speeds on some of these. See the brightest of the greens moving just south of Yeehaw Junction. Again, that whenever we show this velocity, the brighter the colors, the stronger the winds. So we are seeing about 58-mile-per-hour winds along the.
It's crazy, 58-mile-an-hour winds.
South of Winter Haven, still dealing with.
That's faster than some of the speed limits down here.
Per-hour winds on the east side of Fort Meade, down towards the south. Okeechobee County, about 66-mile-per-hour winds working up towards the Florida Turnpike. Look at these wind gusts when we put it on the radar as well. 53-mile-per-hour gusts in Sanford as those heavy rain bands continue to move through. Very
Some
squally
strong
weather.
rain,
Picks up really
some
quickly, and
strong
intensity
gusts
drop
coming
down a
through
little bit.
Orlando
Daytona
too.
Beach was showing a 69-mile-per-hour wind gust earlier, and you can see storm after storm making its way from the ocean onshore. And with these, we've been lucky. We haven't had much in the way of tornadic activity.
All right, we'll
We
be
haven't been
right
seeing a
back.
whole lot of twists in the atmosphere.
I'll let you
Knock on
know.
wood for that
I
as
gotta
they
go
move
check
their way
outside again.
onshore and back onto the coast. That's where we're going to be watching that, Tony.
Everything within a 1 mile south of 408
Another
down.
big story here locally, as you
This
can
one
see
dark.
right now. 29 mile an hour sustained
Alpha, tell
winds,
me you're not out
gusts
right now.
31 in Orlando.
Please tell me you're not out
29
right now.
back towards Melbourne. But when we take a look at the recent wind gusts, we are talking about a big burst of wind, especially along the coast with that tandem of the high and now the northeasterly winds. There's your center of circulation now with Ian coming across far southern portions there of Polk and Osceola County. That's where we're seeing the big uptick in the winds. The other concern is for the potential for very heavy rain. Flood watches across the entire viewing area. There's the latest setup. There's Futurecast. We're taking this storm and we're driving it up towards the north and the east, the center of circulation by 5 a.m. just to the northeast of St. Cloud, and then pushing offshore, we think now a little bit earlier in the afternoon, probably right around 2, 3 o'clock. And the back edge of the rain will continue to pull away by the time we get to 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, and then hug the coast with some gusty winds and some scattered showers potentially there right through Friday morning. So the arrival of the winds is going on right now. One more time, we take a look at the potential wind threat here. As you can see, hurricane force winds are going away as the storm is beginning to weaken with time. So certainly some good news. All right, let's take a look now at the updated 7-day forecast here for you. First warning weather day again on Thursday. Friday, a couple of showers and storms around in the morning. But Jim and Summers, we head into the weekend. It's all about cleanup. Temps in the mid to the upper 80s.
Yeah, we just got to get through this phase, and then we'll move into the next couple of phases that we'll be dealing with. One of those is going to be flooding.
Oh, absolutely. And an area that is prone to flooding, and we have been keeping an eye on it. That's Astor in Lake County.
All right,
We've
everything's
sent
looking
Anika
good.
to monitor the condition. She's been traveling around a little bit. So, Anika, we know
Oh,
that
you live in a
we're
condo looking
stationed
downtown.
someplace that
Okay, you're
we're
on the
driving.
12th floor,
So
so you
where are
can.
you now?
Yeah, dude, you got a good view of everything, man.
We're back at the marina
Wow.
we were at earlier today, and it's definitely still raining here, coming down a little bit more.
Yeah,
We'll
those
bring
are
out a
pretty high
radio
apartments
wrap
down there
of
too.
the
That you
boats that are here.
you
We
live in
saw
the
a
good
man come out
condos
here
too. Wow.
earlier I should say, just an hour ago, to look at these boats, to check on them.
You got a
You can see
good
they're all
view.
tied down here, and we've got even one boat over here. It's tarped off, and they're swaying back and forth a little bit because the
I would
wind
love
has
to
picked
see
up
what you're
quite a
seeing
bit,
right now. It must be
including the
interesting,
rain. This is an area, as you mentioned, that is
especially
prone to
during
flooding.
lightning
We're along
storms for
the
you.
St.
That where
Johns
you
River
are,
here. We're expecting it to flood, or I
you
should
got a
say,
good
begin
view
to
of
flood
those.
tonight into tomorrow. They think it could get up to 4 feet, but there's a hotel right next to us, and we just watched the lights start to flicker and then go out completely as this wind starts to pick up and the
Lake
rain.
County
So
just lost it.
power may be out in the surrounding areas. We know that it's
All right,
out at
Amy.
this hotel right next to us.
I appreciate you
Send it back
coming
to you guys
in.
for now.
We'll be around. We'll be safe.
All
We're
right,
going to
Anika
keep it
Hope
safe
live
as
for us in
possible.
Lake County. Thank you so much for that
We
report.
appreciate it.
We do want to stay out on the roads and show you what's happening in our neighborhoods.
All right, this is DOT camera I-4 westbound. Mile marker.
Look at that light pole
90
shaking. Oh my gosh.
This is up the road in Seminole County, and it's an
Right here. Look at this pole.
It's not really that bright outside right now, but but you can tell on the right side of your screen there's a pole that is a pretty sturdy looking pole, and it's kind of wavering back and forth.
Is that what that is? Oh, your vision's better than mine, Jim.
Yeah, it's
wow.
not, I have night vision, so yeah, to see strange things. But anything behind that, though, and I guess the bottom line here is that we want this to look exactly like this, which is absolutely.
Yeah, we do. We don't want nobody on these roads. The roads aren't safe right now.
Down like the turnpike south of or in the neighborhood of Yeehaw Junction is where the bulk of the storm is actually heading right now, and we don't want anyone to be out.
Of course, you got a truck out there. One truck out there on the road right now. That's crazy. Of all things you be driving, a truck.
About Hurricane Ian.
We're going to hope that those people are rescue crews or law enforcement that are out doing their jobs. Jim, I don't know if you saw this. This was when Summer and I were on the set last.
Look at these trucks. Why?
We got to get some breaking news, and we want to bring you back to that scene right now. So this was in Altamont Springs. There was a house fire, and so firefighters were inside after a tree came down. It hit hit a house and it caused an electrical fire. So we're giving you a peek
Oh,
now
man.
inside of that home. You can see there are charred belongings. That looks like it's a TV mounted, hanging off of the wall. And
That's
you can just see the
crazy.
extensive damage that was done by this. So again, this was all caused by a tree coming down that hit a house and caused a fire. And that's kind of what we were saying leading up to this storm.
Wow.
Even if an area doesn't get flooding rains, it doesn't take much for an old tree or a large tree to come down. And if it's near a house, that's all it takes to come down and cause something like this.
What's going
Again,
on
this
here?
caused an
Let me
electrical fire. We know that
readjust.
nobody was hurt during this, so that is
There we
good
go.
news. Hopefully those people either weren't home or were taken somewhere else.
Yeah, the thing about these trees, especially the laurel oaks, they're also
I'm surprised that light came on back outside there.
Central Florida, and a lot of them have sucked up a lot of moisture and are very top heavy right now. So they're much more susceptible in these winds to, just losing chunks or coming, all together out of the ground. This is an iconic.
I gotta say, at least it's not cold where all this rain would have been snow and ice and everything.
Across the bay.
I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Iconic in the western part of the Gulf Coast part of Florida, and you would imagine that this would have been shut down a long time ago.
It actually is. I was just looking that
Wow.
up. I was going to say, I can't imagine that anyone's allowed to be on this bridge right now. So they did actually shut this down, according to the news stations there. They announced it.
No, that light is not motion censored.
So this morning they announced that it was going
That
to
light is
close
always on,
as the Tampa
but
Bay area
the light
began to feel the
was
impacts
off
of the
earlier,
storm because
and then it
they
came
were
back on.
expecting the strong winds, and they don't want anyone out on this road and on this bridge during this kind
Okay,
of
Judy.
storm and this intense storm. So
It's really
this is closed right now.
not
Nobody in
too
that area can
calm
be driving
right
around
now.
it.
Okay. Next one, this is the Florida Turnpike. I was just
It is
talking about
pouring
this in Osceola
out
County,
there.
which is very much in the bullseye right now, and you can't really tell conditions.
Hold on, let me put
the top left part of your screen.
Looks like the big ones are Lakeland and Winter Haven right now. Yeah, exactly.
That are moving through here. Again, this is kind of.
We're doing good, Jay. Here, hold on. Let me put the mic up.
They've already had a kind of a one punch, and they're getting ready for like rounds 2, 3, and 4 in this area.
So I just put the mic up to the window out over there, so you guys could hear what it's actually like out there. And it's definitely coming
we were
down.
anticipating, but and another car driving by. Obviously, if you don't have to go anywhere, it is recommended that you don't go anywhere. I think we have Summer Knowles in studio. I'm not sure. Summer is not ready for us just yet. So I guess we'll just talk about Hurricane Ian because that is what we're talking about here. So, Jim, it's obviously moving through our area right now. We've been checking in with our crews all across the state. And just throughout the day, we've been seeing the conditions just get worse and worse.
I'll do that so just so you guys can see the water moving over there too.
It's just the theme.
That's all from the rain.
Took a look at the power outages across the state. We're up well over 2 million.
Keep it like that for a little bit for you guys.
To 10% of the state without power.
I'm moving back to the tree in a little bit.
A remarkable thing has happened in the area where Ian made landfall earlier.
But yeah, you can see how it's just pouring right now out there.
There's a little more than
And
18,000 customers.
it's just a wall of water coming down.
All but one of them. There's one customer that has power in DeSoto County.
So everyone's going to that house.
Yes, exactly. Yes, they're all running extension cords over there right now. But I think that's a remarkable statistic that there's just one.
Storm is,
It's almost like that could be an error.
right now it's normal. It looks like normal rain. It's heavier rain than normal. It's about normal, like mid-afternoon Florida rain, if that's any indication on how it is. The wind, though, the wind is definitely strong right now. You can see from those bushes over there in the shot on how strong it really is right now.
I think one of the big takeaways now is the wind has dropped, but we're not in the clear.
That is correct. In fact,
Alex, yeah, let me move it back up.
That cone for me there, that'd be fantastic. As we'll get back to that particular feature on the radar in a second. I just want to talk about the 11 o'clock advisory. We just got the brand new cone, new information. Michelle in Toronto, hope you're listening. You wanted it off a little bit quicker. You may be getting your
your wish. There's 8 a.m. Thursday morning by the noon hour offshore, and then lifting up towards
There you
the
go.
north and the east. Still going to bring us a
Back
ton
to the
of rain.
trees.
A ton of rain now is expected. That's going to be the biggie here. We've adjusted the core of where we think the strongest winds are going to be tonight based on the present movement tonight. Again, the farther north and west you go, the gust 50, then you get to 60, then you get to 70, and then we think in northern Brevard County and Osceola County, you'll get the brunt of the heaviest winds here as we get deeper into the overnight time frame. So that's the bottom line there with the track. You take a look at the latest advisory. You can see
Right, Jonathan? I agree.
right on the tip of Polk and Osceola County, continuing to move to the north-northeast at about 8 miles an hour. We got that tornado watch along the eastern side of the peninsula. We had that one warning just a short time ago, but the other big concern, you can see this big green area. That is the flood warning area. That is 1.33 million people being impacted by
That's a lot of
potentially
people.
flooding tonight because of what's going
It
on.
is a
The
lot of
reason
people.
for that is we have a big high to the north. We've got a stall down front. The circulation between the two just funneling in a lot of wind tonight along the coast. Unbelievable hearing some of the information from some of our reporters tonight and speaking and texting with them saying it's whipping up there big time. And you can see, you take this 90 miles now to the north-northeast as we go through the overnight time frame from where it currently is up towards potentially northern Brevard County. So once again, just a little subtle shift towards the south and the east. Alex, I'm going to have you take a look at some of the winds now, pushing into southern southern Osceola County and southern portions there of Polk County en route to Brevard County. Over to you.
Yeah, that's right, Tony. And let's take a look at those winds right now. Again, here we go. Look at this right here. Here's the Osceola County, Brevard County line south of Haines City, seeing 73-mile-per-hour winds there. A little bit further up towards the north, right over the Florida Turnpike, 64-mile-per-hour winds.
I was in Tropical Storm Faye, and that was nothing. I was standing in the eye of that storm. Yeah, I mean, tropical storms are definitely a lot different than hurricanes, but they're still nothing to turn your head at either, though.
Sanford dealing with about a 53-mile-per-hour gust as those rain bands continue to move very quickly from the
I mean, a storm is a storm, you know. I mean, yeah, there's different strengths of it, but each storm can still do its own damage.
Especially moving out through Daytona Beach. You notice the red line right here. That is where we had that tornado watch. So down to the south, still keeping an eye. We've been fairly lucky so far. We haven't had that twist starting to form, but we're keeping an eye on especially these storms moving off the shore. You can see they have pretty good indications there that there are some rotations offshore as they move on shore, though luckily we're not seeing that rotation. Further down to the south, here again throughout Osceola County, dealing with the heavy rains and the winds. In some of these spots, St. Cloud, 29-mile-per-hour sustained winds. You can see that curve happening with the winds. Gusts up almost 50-mile-per-hour gusts there in Orlando. Tropical storm force wind gusts there in Kissimmee.
Jay, the props for HHN, most of the ones that won't withstand the storm, and I'm pretty sure that all of the props themselves basically were removed. They basically disassembled HHN to have to re-put it back up again. So they're used to this already. They know what they're doing.
Flagler counties by 9 o'clock Thursday morning. But look at this, some clearing skies, or at least clearing rains from about Orlando down to the south. And as we go into Thursday night and into Friday morning, we start to wrap that on up. So we're going to continue to track those impacts minute by minute in just a few more minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. We want to get you back out to our live crews because as you've been hearing our meteorologists say, the weather is
See, that's what I'm saying is Thursday is going to be a little too late in the afternoon for these storms to end, and they're going to need that time to get everything back together in the parks and stuff. Wow, this poor lady, she is soaking wet. She's at Daytona.
You know something? I don't care where we go. I think we're just getting beaten up by rain and wind that continues.
She's like, you know what? Screw you guys. I quit.
Somewhat of a sigh of relief when I heard our meteorologist say that this system is beginning to slow down and weaken a little bit. But I would know it is living here in Volusia County, that's for sure. What I can tell you is that
Wow, this poor lady. She's like, after today, I'm done with this storm stuff.
that does serve Volusia County, the last report, more than 28,000 people are still without power. Now, Volusia County remains under a hurricane warning, a flood warning, as well as a tornado watch. So, with the last advisory given by the emergency management officials, there's still a chance for some tornadic activity here. When it comes to rain, we've been telling you about how this is a rain maker.
Channel 6 is showing iDrive still with power. Yeah, for now. But there's also all the resorts and stuff all along iDrive too. So it's one of the areas that they're going to try to keep up with power, I believe.
What Hurricane Ian is going to do.
Right, Jay?
Checking out the latest information from the emergency management officials, and they say that the worst of this is going to happen. The worst impacts from the storm is going to happen around 2 a.m.
Right? Shoot, definitely. I hope that she's making some good hazard pay tonight.
And we're still being beaten up by the rain as well as the winds. So I just want folks to stay in if you can, as we have so.
She says she's like, I want folks to stay in, but you know what? I'm out here though.
Live in Volusia County. Now back to you. All my Volusia County.
It's like, why am I telling people to stay in when I'm outside?
Here, real quick, before you leave us, I've got a couple of questions, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to hear me being out in those elements. First question is.
Let her in. Don't ask her these questions. Let her get it back to her truck. Jeez, what the heck is wrong with you? I'm in the nice dry studio.
Concerns or erosion concerns over towards the coast there in Volusia County.
I'm in the nice dry studio.
Absolutely. And early on, even before now,
I'm going to ask this lady all these questions. She's out there in the rain.
That the surge was going to get up 8 to 10 feet. Now, I don't know what it is right now, but it's certainly got to be high. And that's why they were warning people to stay.
She's walked in the room. She's looking at what we're looking at right now. And then, right, yeah. So the dude is inside the studio asking her question. Here, let me put it here. Hold on.
Just so powerful.
So she's out there, and he's asking her the questions. Like, look at him. He's like, ha ha ha. Look at that smug look on his face. What is wrong with him?
But the thing about it is, is that even though folks have been riding these storms,
There used to be a chick on the local news up in New York, and they would send her into every terrible thing
Yep.
like this. So
Yep.
this chick is obviously the Solar Rock viewer.
Or that, or she's getting some good pay for this tonight. I mean, I would hope so too. Like, she's like, okay, dude, shut up. I want to get back to my truck.
Around 2 o'clock, it's going to be even worse because that storm system to the south and that big high to the north is really. I think you may see hurricane force wind gusts.
This isn't even funny. Like, this is sad.
Just so you know, I want you to stay safe.
I want you to stay safe, but I'm going to ask you these questions.
That's why they came out and said that 2 a.m. is going to be the worst day for Volusia County. So if you're riding it out at home, if you're in the shelter, just know that we're keeping the eyes and ears out. You don't have to be out here in this mess, that's for sure. And so thankful, Tony.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with, like, look at him. He's laughing at this. Like, one more question. One more question.
And I'm sure they're taking heed to what's going on.
Well, and likewise with you and your reporting, Gail Pascal Brown up there in Volusia County. Please stay safe. We'll check back in with you.
Please stay safe. Wait, one more question though.
To Jim and Michelle.
Yeah, Gail Pascal Brown has been covering hurricanes for a long time, not only here in Central Florida, but in North Carolina.
Jonathan's like, oh, the news station is like, use her. She will make good video clips for years to come. We're advertising our station. Yeah, right?
The hurricane, she knows how to stay safe, and we appreciate that about her.
Oh, she knows how to stay safe. Okay.
Check in with our crew. Luana Munoz has been at a shelter in celebration today. Luana, you
wait, and then look at her. She's like, oh, okay.
That means you need to go outside, and that's where you are because
she's been inside for the most
so
part,
she
interviewing families and stuff.
So she's probably been around for more years than the other lady. That's what it
No,
is.
they said the other lady came from North Carolina.
Oh,
So I'm trying to do
great.
my best
I guess she upgraded.
Great. Great.
Get out of the way and be, behind a wall over here so I can talk to you guys. I just got off the phone with we are in Osceola County. Just to
But where was the other lady?
Daytona Beach.
Yeah, that's why it was that bad there. She's
Yeah.
in celebration.
Yeah. This is right outside Disney here.
Quite intense. And here in Osceola County, we are being told that Kissimmee Middle School, which is just 10 minutes away from where we are. They have no power. They are currently working on a backup
So Celebration
generator
has no
out there.
power.
That is the largest shelter
Kissimmee has
in
no power.
Osceola
Okay.
County, with nearly 300 people
So
currently
meaning
inside
that
of it. So those are the conditions here
192.
for Osceola.
Where
I
the
just got
Kissimmee
off
High
the phone
School
as well
is,
with
that's the other
emergency
shelter that you're
management
talking
crews
about.
Okay.
out in Polk
So
County tonight.
Kissimmee lost power
And
at their
that's
shelter.
remember, Polk
We
County
know
was
a
the
couple
area that was
people in
really going to
Kissimmee
get
that they've
kind
been
of hit
reporting that they
first
have no power down there as
when you get
well.
here to Osceola.
So
They say it's just bad all
it's
around.
just
The damage
that
right now is down
definitely
in
looks a
trees
lot
and down in
stronger
power
down
lines.
at
35% of
Kissimmee.
the county is
That's
now
right
without
outside
power.
Disney right
Some
now.
of the
Those are the
smaller
ones that
communities have
Disney's
not
experiencing as
reported,
well.
so they don't even they think it's
So
a much larger number than that. So
welcome back, Judy.
right
We
now
appreciate
they're
you
dealing
back.
with dangerous
Yeah,
road
so like these are the
conditions,
same. Why is there a
live
bike out there? There's
wires
just one red
that
the
are
bike out of the
roadways. They're
storm.
encouraging people right now, stay off the roads.
That's the pizza
Obviously,
delivery, man.
who can drive in this? And this is not as bad
That's crazy.
as what they're seeing right now in Polk County. They're also wanting to encourage
Yeah,
people,
it's gonna
don't
get
get out on
worse
the
though.
roadways early tomorrow morning. Wait for their push crews. They have push crews that go out and they search for downed trees, downed power lines. They come out with their chainsaws and they'll cut trees down and get them off the roadways. So please wait for them to go out there and do a
I
sweep
guarantee
of
Disney
the
has
area and
power,
assess
Jay.
the
Disney
damage
will
out
not
there.
lose
The good
power.
news is
I
we haven't heard
guarantee
of any
that.
injuries being reported. We haven't heard of anyone dying out here or anyone being severely hurt or
Well, that's
injured.
good.
Neither in Osceola nor in Polk County. Polk County says that their biggest concern right now is the Fort Meade area. That was the first area to see their electricity go out. They were getting pounded pretty hard tonight, and they currently have about 7 to 8 inches of water that they're
We can
seeing
keep
out there. So
power.
we're talking
I will
about
consider
Arcadia,
us
Bowling
winning.
Green. Again, that was the first
Yeah,
area
exactly.
to lose
That is
power,
my
and that
only
is seeing
hope
sort of
is
the
to keep power as
worst
long as
Exactly.
of the
possible.
storm so far.
It's HHN in
We have
real life chainsaws. Yeah,
3,000
exactly.
people inside
They might be
shelters right
putting
now.
those chains
Kathleen
back
High
on those
School,
chainsaws
from my
in
understanding,
Universal.
lost power.
Yeah.
They don't have a backup generator, I believe is what she did say. And again, this is all for Polk County. And right now, currently, what you're looking
There's a
at
lot of rain coming down
in the
over
parking
there.
lot here,
Just
just
a wall of
outside
rain.
Celebration High School, which is a shelter here, one of the 6 shelters that they have. And you can just see how heavy these winds are, the trees that are being blown. That sign, I think from this angle, you really can't tell, but some of these signs, Michelle, they look like they're just about to be flattened
Power
out
isn't
because
exactly.
the
It's
strength of the
flooding
winds.
of buildings that
But again, no
things
injuries
like
to
that.
report.
That is going to
Stay
be
off
an
the
issue.
roadways. Do not get out in these
It's not
dangerous
even at the
conditions.
parks.
You're going to
It's
not
everywhere.
only harm yourself, but you could put rescue crews in harm's way as well, trying to go out to save you and to protect you. Don't even leave to go to a shelter. The shelter doors are open, so if you absolutely must come here, Celebration High School has left their doors open 24 hours. No sex offenders are allowed here. If you do have a background like that, they will transport you to the location where you can go. So they're running a really tight ship here at Celebration High School. Your ID is checked, and this is of course all to keep families safe. There are small children in there, men and women, and they're just really doing the best that they can to make sure that everyone is safe. And so far, everyone we've talked to inside of that shelter, they're really happy. The kids were able to play a little bit earlier today and have a good time. But tonight, right now,
Yeah, Jay,
everyone's sleeping and they're relaxing and just kind of winding down for the night.
I feel you, man. I feel you. They're getting hit down there too.
All right, we want to thank so much. Yes, it is tough out there. I mean, it's getting tougher. And if your power goes out and you're expecting a quick return
Yeah.
on this, it's just not going to happen right now. Especially right now.
The world's a crazy place right now.
The amount of rain that is out there is just not safe for the people who want to come in behind and get your life back to normal.
Yeah, so we are seeing a lot of
Yeah, I mean, look,
our area. We do want to get to
Category
some-
1 is still nothing to turn your nose at. You know what I mean, Alpha?
A
So
lot of people are in the dark right now, but,
But
this is something that we were
it is what it
expecting,
is.
right?
We can take it
Let's take it back to when
because
Ian
we
hit
can't
Cuba,
leave it.
right? It was a Category 3, and it knocked out the power
I
grid
remember
for the
reading
entire
that
island,
Disney
11 million people
does
in the dark.
have its
So
own
then it
power
comes and hits
system. I
the
know
West
Reedy
Coast
Creek
as a Category
provides
4. So we
25% to
expected to
Disney
have
World.
large
I'm not
numbers,
sure
and
about the
it's only going to
rest.
get worse.
Yeah,
When we
that's
take
what I'm
a look at these
saying
numbers,
is
and keep in mind, these numbers do
all
change by the
of
minute at,
these theme
you know,
parks
some
do generate
instances.
their own
Right now,
power
Duke Energy says it
because
has
the
more than
rides themselves
365,000 customers
generate
without
a
power.
lot of power.
The
One
Orlando
ride
Utilities Commission also reporting
basically
major
sucks up
outages tonight,
like a city grid worth of
269,000
power
plus
during the
people in
day.
the dark.
So
Then we take you
they
to
need to
the
have
city.
their own
Utility
power.
Authority has more than 4,400 customers without power right now. And Seco Energy has more than 2,200 customers without power now. FBL has more than 36,000 customers without power right now. And the utility is dealing with some major damage tonight. They tweeted this out not too long ago. Hurricane Ian's catastrophic winds will mean parts of our system will need to be rebuilt, not restored.
Wow.
Prepared for widespread extended outages as we are assessing the damage. We are already at work restoring power where we can do so safely. So the translation here, they want you to be patient because again, it's going to take a lot of time to restore and in FBL's case, rebuild parts of their system.
Ooh,
We're
that
going to
wind
keep you
is
up to
picking
date
up now.
on these numbers, but we are expecting to see more and more outages
Look at
as
that wind
the
out there,
storm continues
guys.
to go through our area. Guys, back to you.
All right, Summer,
Look at
thank you
that palm
so
tree
much for that
blowing.
update. Let's get back out live to our crews because I know you guys who are at home, you want to see what's happening outside your door without actually going outside your door because we don't want you to do that. So we have Amanda Dukes, who is stationed in Winter Park. Amanda, we saw you before. The wind was blowing. The
Yeah,
rain
it's
was
just picking
coming
up over
down.
here.
I could see that's still the case right now.
Yeah, no changes with that. We definitely still have very gusty winds, lots of heavy rain.
She's not that far from the parks
If you look
either.
out there towards 1792, you can see how the wind is blowing the trees and note the fact that there is not a single car on the road. It's a little bit eerie out here at this hour because everything is deserted.
Around this
As
hour in
well,
Winter Park, there's a lot of people usually out around
that
now.
things are going to continue to deteriorate in terms of the danger.
Jay, they should honestly.
There's a Wawa on the corner of
I don't know so much about Six Flags. I don't
They obviously are closed.
know what they
closed
would, but
earlier
SeaWorld
tonight.
definitely
But
would.
also, I'll show you another reason that they are closed. And this was happening all over Central Florida, as the sign says, temporarily out of all fuel and
Six
working
Flags,
to
Fiesta,
replenish as
Texas,
soon as possible.
Fiesta in Texas
We
is
got
considered
here
an
probably
essential
about 3
site,
hours
like
ago,
hospital. So when
and
power
the
goes
weather has
down in
definitely
San
started to
Antonio,
go
they come up
downhill
really
in
fast.
Orange County. And I was
That's
talking
interesting to
in
know
my last live
that
feed about the
a
fact
theme
that
park
at one
is
point we
considered
were
an
driving
essential
on the
site.
turnpike and on 408, just sort of traveling around Central Florida. And it really was getting to be a very low visibility. The car was getting blown quite a bit. And so we decided that we needed to find a place to set up shop where we could have a little bit of shelter and get away from those high winds we were experiencing on I-4 and on State Road 408.
I can imagine
It's
I-4
only
would have
going
high
to get
winds.
worse as the night
That's your
goes
home
on.
park is Fiesta,
But again,
Texas.
very quiet out here in Winter Park.
Yeah,
A little while
Jay.
ago, a Winter Park police officer, who I assume is just out making sure that everything's secure and okay, saw our vehicle parked here, and he very kindly pulled in. He couldn't tell that we were a news crew. Our car is not marked, and he rolled down his window and said, "Are you guys okay?" And once we showed him this, he said, "Oh, I know what you're doing." And
That's
it is
funny.
a good thing that it's quiet tonight, because at this point the weather is only going to get worse and people need to be home safe and sound, and hopefully at some point maybe getting a good night's sleep, because we're still going to have more of this ahead for all of us tomorrow.
One more day, guys. One more day.
West 2 News.
One more day of fun.
Thanks for that live report. Checking on roads, just want to get you a feel for what things are like across Central Florida right now. This is I-4, very close to the St. Johns River Bridge in northern Seminole County, and
It's good to see that nobody's on I-4, really.
It's overstating the obvious at this point. I'm actually a little surprised that we're seeing any vehicle traffic.
Yeah, I am too.
I would understand it on the turnpike because those are people usually just kind of passing through.
Wow.
But I-4 is usually local or trying to get from one part of the state to the other. But it doesn't look as bad as I'm sure it is out there right now.
Oh, I know. And this is one of the areas where we were really watching for flooding, specifically Lake Monroe.
Yeah, had
Because,
some,
had tonight's station there before,
had
and we were
some
seeing the
electrical
water
problems.
picking up
If you
pretty
have to
bad.
let
I'm
share.
going to take you over to South Daytona, where the water
But
is
it is a
also
better.
picking up. We have some pretty big waves happening. This is, look
Yeah,
at this
I mean,
video. So
you
this is
know
not
my
from the
opinion
lake.
on over
This is the
Georgia, so
Halifax River. Very big waves happening in Volusia County, and you've been hearing our meteorologists and our crews talking a lot about Volusia County because they are expecting
wow, look at those
heavy
waves. Oh my
conditions.
God.
We were even talking about them in terms of storm surge, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. And don't forget, earlier today, they closed all the bridges going to the Halifax. So, this is why they don't want you over there, and because it's getting bad and it's going to get worse. We are not done with this storm yet.
Yeah, this isn't even the coast. I mean, this is
the
just
river
inside. Yeah, probably right along Beach Street there, which also has been known to flood a lot, even in much more benign conditions.
Rivers would flood more than the ocean and stuff because there's nowhere for them to go.
One more VO of Orlando, I believe, is what we're going to be looking at. It's nighttime. Can we get that video up? Okay, here we are. So we have trees blowing, which is indicative.
But Alpha, you got all the Florida parks now, though. I mean, come on, buddy.
Trees blowing.
You got Universal and Disney.
Down, and so we are just seeing the brunt of this storm now. We do have our live crew stationed out. We have Christina Watkins. She has been in Brevard County for us tonight. Christina, you've
Here
done
it
a lot of moving
comes.
around. Are you still indoors at the EOC, or have you moved once again?
Look at all that rain outside right now in my area.
Yeah, so we are still inside right now, the Emergency Operations Center. We're going to head out after this just to check on some of the conditions again.
It just started picking up out there.
Behind-the-scenes look at the real-time operations happening right now. They are watching
Literally a wall of rain right now.
across the county as we
All right
watch
here,
the
the trees are
storm and
kept
its
blowing.
impacts throughout Brevard. They are making sure you stay safe and making sure
You see
that you have a way
look
to
out the window there, Jess. You see all that water just coming down off the side of the building.
wherever you may be across Brevard County. The best way to get in touch with some of the emergency leaders here in Brevard is through 211. That number is critical even without there
All right,
being
I gotta go get something to drink here, guys. I'll be right back.
information. If you are struggling with the fact that this storm is scary for a lot of people, especially if you're new to
Jess is
Brevard
in the
County,
room. If you guys want to say hi to her,
resources.
you want
So
the camera on you?
put this into perspective to
You want
give
the
you an
camera?
idea of how many
No.
calls they've gotten so far since about midnight yesterday till
Alpha
about
is
11
writing
o'clock
this out
tonight.
with us as well.
Nearly
Yes.
400 calls. People are really utilizing this, trying to just do the best they can as the storm makes its way through Brevard County. I talked to the emergency management director today, and he broke down a little bit more about some of the calls they are getting from many of you. Here's what he told me.
So they're getting calls about evacuations, which we're not doing. Any of the shelters where they're open, where those locations are, transportation assistance. They also offer a lot of mental health services. So as people are nervous and things like that, you can call 211. They can help connect you to any of those services. And then as we begin to look down the line, if there are people who are impacted and unfortunately they have property damage or those kinds of things, 211 is a great resource to sort of begin that recovery phase, to look at what our volunteer network is throughout our community and really connect them to those.
So another really cool way they are connecting with many of you at home, aside from social media, which has been a great resource, they have this new website, right? So it takes about 20-30 seconds for you to take a picture or video, whatever it may be, of some of the damage you're seeing at your home. You upload it.
Thanks,
and
Jay.
eventually, once the storm passes and it's safe for them to get out, they will respond and help you assess some of the damage wherever you may be. You can find the link to that on all of their social media pages. Brevard EOC on both Facebook and Twitter. It is a really cool resource and a nice way that they are trying to stay connected and let them know that they are working for you 24 hours a day around the clock until this storm passes. We're going to head outside, check out some of the areas where they are seeing street flooding, flooding in people's yards, no flooding in people's homes yet, which is great. Also, no reports of anybody getting hurt. But we do know the brunt of the storm is going to happen overnight. And if you are new to Central Florida, night storms are no fun. You don't know what's happening when it's dark outside. You wake up in the morning, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming when you see the impact a storm like this can have on your community. So stay inside, stay safe, wait till the threat passes, and when you go outside to check out your home, be sure to upload it to Brevard County Leader so they can come out and send some help your way if needed. We're live in the EOC. Christina Watkins, back to you.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home right now and thinking that maybe, there's one more thing that I need, and there's one place that I know of that might be open, well, take a look at this, and we might be able to convince you otherwise. We have a live picture from Lake County, and that is a vehicle that has been hit by a tree. And trying to get, yep, that is exactly what that is. And we heard that, oh man, there's a lot of damage to that vehicle too. We got windows busted out. We got doors that probably don't close anymore, and
The roof is caved in.
goodness, this is that's completely obliterated. I see the vehicle, but what I don't see is where the tree is, unless
I can't really see it either. I was just going to ask you that same question. Is it draped across the top? Yeah, it's straight right across the top, down the middle of it. It looks like it kind of sawed it in half. That's Anika right there. That's where we're getting this live shot from. Anika's been in Astor and Lake County all day, and they've been kind of worried about the flooding in this area. Anika, can you hear us? What happened here? Where's the tree? We can't really see it.
Yeah, the tree's further down here, and that was exactly the problem, is this family couldn't see the tree either. I do want to let you know they are okay. We also called 911 for them, but they could not see the tree in the roadway here, so they hit it, and their car is completely totaled. It's a dad and two kids. The kids are actually sitting in our news car right now so they can stay dry. But the emergency vehicles just said they couldn't get out here very quickly. The trees are just hard to see. It is down, and that is a big concern about being what. We'll show you the tree right over here if you can see it just a little bit now, because we have our news car right behind us. That tree down in the road there, they couldn't see it driving along. There was no lights out here when they were coming, and that's something to be very, very careful of. If you're out on the road at all, hopefully you don't have to be. And that's what happened to this family's car as they were going along. But again, they are okay. The kids are in our vehicle right now, and there are first responders on the way to check them out and make sure nothing else is wrong. So.
All right, I want to stay with your picture for a second, if that's okay. And I just have a quick story to tell. During a hurricane, this was here in Central Florida. It was an event on I-95 where the interstate had flooded, and nobody could see it because the power was out, so there were no highway lights. And
yeah, it is pretty windy now.
Vehicles hit where the road had been flooded and spun out. And the next thing we knew, there were 10 or 12 vehicles that were involved in this wreck.
Wow.
It's for exactly the same reason that this happened. The rain is coming down hard. This is a fairly
Jay, I'm surprised too.
County, and that's a 2-lane road that they're on.
But I'm actually not on cell right now. I'm actually on the main computer. I got internet still, so.
And it's actually kind of amazing to think about.
Yeah, you can hear things falling off of buildings and stuff now. Wow.
Nobody was hurt. How does that happen? How does
it literally just picked up?
You know, you're thankful that everybody's okay. You wonder about the circumstances of this.
Look at that palm tree going. Oh my gosh.
Really kind of just a little.
What?
Because I don't want to post off of that story, but I'm afraid that one of them is gonna like bust
looking for things and just kind of stumbled
Oh
upon this.
jeez.
But, like I said, you know, if you're home and you know, then just stay there, because we don't
Yeah, guys,
need
just
any
stay
more
home.
situations
Wow.
like this. We don't need to be, you know, running to an accident that involves you because you really didn't need to be out there. I mean, what is so? I mean, you have a supreme medical.
Yeah.
We understand that, but just out. Going from
Honestly, Joe, no, we really don't miss New York. I'm good with this. It's not snow or anything. This would be like a major blizzard right now. I'm good.
Actually, we have the driver with us right here. Sir, are you okay? Would you like to speak with us really quickly?
I know I'm crazy. Thanks. So they're saying sustained right now in Orlando is a 25-mile an hour. But gusts are over 56. Yeah, exactly.
You can clearly see we're outside the window right here. What's going on with trees and stuff?
I don't believe we do. Hold on, but we do have that lit up.
Is that true? Exactly.
Back to you.
Well, if we can stay with your picture, as we try and talk through these things, this is obviously
Like
the
a
type of
hurricane,
situation we're
actually,
trying
like I'm not gonna lie, a hurricane is more exciting than a blizzard.
the roadways, please don't, because you can't really control.
Yeah, it's more exciting.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for exciting.
right now.
Yeah, Anika did say that she had.
I think that's the right word.
Oh, where's he? Can I get the other camera?
Enforcement has been notified.
What do I look like?
My camera getter. Thank you.
That people in law enforcement have been telling.
Sorry, I've been using the camera that was on me to film and stuff outside in between doing this and stuff. So I'm trying to do multiple stuff here at once and making sure everything in the house is good and all that as well. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate it.
Really sad that this had to happen,
Yeah,
especially
put
on
it
a
in
night
book.
like tonight. And
I think I heard her say 2 kids were in the car.
yeah, it's a family.
Wow, 2 kids were in that car? That's crazy.
In the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a hurricane.
That's crazy.
Well, like you said, fortunately, Anika and them were just.
Like, why would you put your kids in a car in the middle? Well, they might have been on their way to a shelter, maybe. So I don't know.
Ambulance or rescue crews will be able to get out there, but it's going to take some time, and so hopefully they'll.
You never know what's going on out there. Why people do what people do.
But, that vehicle, that's not going anywhere. That's going to need some help getting out of the way. And
You said that vehicle's not going anywhere.
Concern and wanting flares. Yeah, go ahead, Anika.
Yeah, so we can see we have some
Come back to me
emergency
for a little
responders
bit
coming
here.
right here, and that is what when I called 911.
Again, guys, I appreciate you guys sticking this out with us here.
So we do have them right here.
We'll try to keep it going as long as we can here. So
this
that's why you can see me. I'm still here and everything. I know you can hear me,
We'll show you this image
but
again. We do have a first
obviously
responder
reasons
here
why
right
you're
now,
not on
and
me
that's
the whole
our news
time
vehicle
is,
right
you know,
behind it. So
rather
we'll
you
show
guys see what's
parking
going on
right
with the
here,
storm
or
and how
he or
this is all
she,
changing
so
or
that no
not.
other
So
vehicle can
I'll jump in every once in a while, like we've been. So
and that will
get you back to the
other
storm
people
now.
safe. So that is exactly what you should be able to do if you do see a downed tree, is to call first responders right away so they can get out here and prevent other people from hitting it. But
With
again,
that wind,
we did
oh
just speak
man.
with this father again, who told us he is okay, his kids are okay, they are in our news vehicle right now. But
At least they're okay.
They were going along here and they just didn't see it. And actually, when we were driving up to it, we didn't see it at first. We just thought it was something like hard to see in the road. And then we realized what it was. So we had to be very careful driving along as well. So that's something you have to be very, very mindful of. But clearly it just completely destroyed the front part of their car here. Their windows are completely broken
Try to
out.
support your local channel when I can. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, Anika, we knew earlier that you had spent some time at the marina at Astor. And
Chelsea, that's okay. I appreciate you being here with us and, you know, sticking the storm out and seeing what's going on.
We're about a half mile up from the marina.
And my photographer just told us we're about a half mile up from the marina. We're on State Road 40, I believe. So we're still very close to Astor.
Yeah, that's 2
in
lanes
Lake County, and it's very just like you mentioned.
In both directions. Yeah, it's just that's about as far off the beaten path as it gets. Yeah, that's out there. Actually, for what has happened here at the speed that people normally go, this is actually a pretty remarkable outcome.
Absolutely. And Anika, do we know, were they trying to get to a shelter? Do you know? Did they say?
I was just speaking with the driver, and I'm not entirely sure.
Look at that tree going out there. Exciting moments now, guys. This is exciting moments going on. This is what, look at it, stop falling off of that one palm tree.
All right. Well, we're going to let them wrap up this business as best and as quickly as possible. We feel bad.
If I had a GoPro right now, I would actually be outside filming out there, but this camera is not waterproof, so I'm going to get more of the aftermath and stuff when that happens.
Nothing else really happens.
Yeah, I hate the people in the news studio, the ones out of the store with the tree here. Exactly, you know?
Thank you very much for that report, and we'll check in with you momentarily.
Exactly. They're the ones putting themselves at risk.
You're watching West 2's live coverage of Hurricane Ian.
But also, these ones that are in the studio have been in the studio for hours on end, reporting everything. These two have been there for at least the past 2 days straight.
Things are really about to be popping. We have been tracking this storm since it made landfall at 3 o'clock this afternoon, So it has almost 11 hours of travel time to make it here into Central Florida, and still has quite a ways to go.
It does, but we want to get that midnight update from Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi right now.
Are you serious, Joe? That's crazy.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have it yet.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. How did you randomly stumble across the channel? I love that.
We do know the winds have been weakening steadily, about 5
You
to
must have been
15
looking for something for like
miles
Universal or
every,
something, some
hour
theme
update
park related
there. So
thing,
we'll
and then
continue to watch
came
that.
across
Pressure is
us.
now up to 972 millibars with the latest advisory, hourly advisory, I should say. You can see the system here moving off towards the east-northeast. It looks like it's going to go right over the heart there of central or northern Brevard County. With it, we'll have the strongest winds coming through Cocoa Beach and the north side there of Melbourne as we get deeper on into the evening. So that'll be
That really is
things
awesome.
that we watch
Like
here
that's
forward.
freaking
On to the
awesome. I love it.
northwest, as you can see, the
Like we've been picking up
winds
some
will be a
more
little bit lower.
subscribers as we've
There's
been
a look
going
at
on recently and
Wednesday
stuff,
evening
and
on the Thursday
it's
morning
been
came ashore.
such a fun
Now rocking
journey with
along towards
everybody.
the north and east. We have multiple flood warnings now here across Central Florida, from Daytona Beach to Sanford.
I bet this video has backup power, and yet the ones out on the road.
Keeps in mind
Yeah, exactly, Jay.
1.775 million folks are now under.
And I'm pretty sure that they're supplying the ones in the studio with food and everything else too.
Of rain with some isolated 10-inch rainfall amounts here.
Are you looking up the Velocicoaster? That's dope, man. I love it.
Through the heart of Central Florida. There is the center of circulation, a nice long 6-hour loop showing.
Yeah, Jay, so you understand what's about to come through there and what that place is going to feel like.
Vector on there, and that's headed right towards central Brevard County. The other thing that we've been monitoring here are the Doppler winds, and one of the things that we've been noticing here on the northern side of the eye are winds now that are coming down, but they're still up there in that 55 to 70 mile an hour range on the northern side.
It's definitely go time here in Orlando.
Right about
Say that.
The strongest winds on the northwest side. Let's take a look now, live radar. The winds are picking on up. With more on that, let me send it back over to Alex.
Yeah, Tony. So again, as we continue to watch the center of circulation with the strongest parts of the winds.
You hated water tornadoes? I've never in my life yet to see
wind gusts. You can see
a
39
water
mile per
tornado.
hour gusts there, and the land up to 60 almost in Daytona Beach as those showers continue to move on shore and looking like about
service car just blew up camera.
There in
Yeah.
Titusville. So again, we're going to continue to watch these showers and storms making their way up towards the north and the east. You can see again, just the showers are going to be steady at this point, not really dealing with much in the way of those squall lines, and then a break and then another squall line. This is pretty steady shower activity. Heavier rains, of course, picking up the pace, moving very quickly from the east out towards the west through the land. As we zoom in a little bit further down to the south, Seminole County getting soaked in on the rain as these showers make their way
You'd be
across
like,
into south of Sorrento. Orlando dealing with some
hand me
heavy
another
showers at the moment as well. Down towards the south, near Point
back.
Siena, dealing with some
Sorry,
really
I'm
soaking
looking
rain. Keensville, Yeehaw Junction.
No, it's more like,
at the moment, but you can
hand
see
me
that
another
four
lobster
of
tail,
those winds
please. Because
slowly
you know
working
they're
its way
feeding them well.
back into Osceola County. You can see
I
the
mean,
wind
really, let's be
speeds here,
realistic
37
about it.
mile per hour
They're
sustained
feeding
winds
them
in
like
Orlando,
fillets and
25 Sanford,
lobster and
35 in
things
Bidwell.
like that.
As
You
we
know
look
they're
at these
eating well.
gusts, it's getting windy out there, gusting up to 53 in Orlando. Pretty impressive gust down in Palm Bay, too. I don't want to forget our friends here in southern Brevard County. 36 mile per hour peak wind gust there in Palm Bay. 53 peak gust in Orlando, and the peak gust in Sanford up to about 56. We're going to continue to monitor these winds as they continue to build their way up towards the north through Osceola County. And of course,
Yeah,
we'll
I
give you
was
updates in a couple
shocked
minutes.
to stumble on you all. By
All
the
right, Alex,
way,
thank you.
go
And so now
from
we want to get you
Xmas
to
Eve,
Hillsborough County that really dodged a bullet, Joe.
like
Yeah,
old
and
Xmas elves. I'm
took a
trying
quick
to
shot,
draw
down,
what you're
and then they
meaning by
switched to
that.
an
Are you
shot.
talking
And
about
David
the
Daniel is there
Six
for
Flags
us. And
Over
Dave, you said the
Georgia?
last time we talked to you, it actually
Like
feels
that whole
like it might
Santa
just
village
be
that they
Xmas
had,
altogether.
or something else that I'm not
Well, and then we've had some serious
drawing
gusts and
together
some
here?
heavier rain in between those two moments. Right now, it's raining fairly steady. We've had a couple of gusts of wind, but nothing really all that substantial in maybe the last 10 minutes. But it's interesting listening to Tony and Alex talk about the various wind gusts over on the East Coast. Now, here on
Why
the
is
West
my
Coast, we're
phone
still
going
getting
off?
obviously rain, wind, gusty wind, and all of those types of things. It gives you just kind of gets that reminder on how large this storm really was, how wide it was, how wide the eye was. And even though it's starting to wind down a little bit as it approaches Florida's east coast, it's still having an impact.
You went to school
over
at
here,
Satellite
north
Beach
of here,
High
south
School.
of here.
So you're a senior
That's
when
why
you moved to
so many
Wisconsin.
counties have states of emergency. Now here in Ybor City, in the main drag, a couple of cars have gone by recently.
You know what's
Another one just
interesting
now. We have debris in the road. Some of
is
that debris gets moved around a little bit as we have some
we
wind
were
gusts.
just
That'll
out
be easy to pick up once the storm
in
finally
Cocoa
moves through
Beach not
altogether.
that long
We
ago,
still have
like a week or two
electricity.
ago.
That is a
Well,
good
probably
thing.
two,
I
3
talked to a
weeks ago,
gentleman earlier who is
when Jessica's
new
parents
to
were in
the
town,
Florida
and we
scene
actually
and
did a whole
also new to the Tampa
bioluminescence
scene,
boat
moved here
trip
from
out there,
Kentucky. He
and
said
that
he
was
prepared, had
amazing.
everything. He listened to the experts, had everything
Unfortunately,
prepped
the camera
to make
didn't
sure
really
he could
pick up much
ride
on
out
it. I
whatever
gotta
storm he
still
could
work to see
at
what I
home
can
here
do
in
to
Ybor
brighten
City.
those
He did drive around a little bit tonight. Curiosity got the
videos
better
up.
of him. Saw
But
some
it was a lot of
lights
fun.
down,
If
saw
anybody
some
can
things
get
that
out to like
scattered
Cocoa
into
Beach
the
area
street.
and Daytona
And he said
out
that he
that way,
also drove by
I
the bay that
definitely
we
highly
heard
recommend
reported
going
the
out on
last
the
couple of days. We
bioluminescence
thought it was going to be
tours.
a little treacherous to be down there tonight, so that's why we're here in Ybor City. He said the water that was pushed out of the bay by Ian out into the Gulf of Mexico, leaving just a trickle of water in the bay. He says the water is still out. It had not returned yet. He said that the Hillsborough
That one
River
branch on
was
that tree
basically
out there,
just a teeny
it's
tiny trickle with rocks on either side. So at some point as
check
the
this
storm
out.
pushes more
Wow,
to the east, that water will fill back in. Then we'll have to
it
watch
is
to see
windy
whether
out
the
there.
bay shore, which is flood prone anyway in Tampa, whether water gets over that road. But again, the lights are still on here in this section of Tampa. This is